Hi, cadets! Hi! Welcome in, everybody! We got... Someone immediately said, screw this, screw your old hairstyle, we're doing the ponytail. How's it going, everybody? Welcome in. Get in here, let's go! Be hype, we got 2 streams today. I'm very excited. I'm definitely packing today with a lot of good stuff today. Hi, Aria. Hi, Classic Jeep. So good to see you. Cyber, good to see you too. Let's freaking go. What's up, Aria? I am, the most common answer to that question is the sky, but I'm assuming you mean in general. I'm doing pretty good. I am just kind of yapping today, and then afterwards, I'm gonna be doing, I'm gonna see if my cadets are gonna be able to defeat the Ender Dragon today, so we got a whole bunch of good stuff today. Good one, boss. Thank you. You can't see it on my VTuber, because you're seeing my VTuber model, but I am bowing, right now. Welcome in, everybody. What today is going? Today is going good. Again, 2 streams today, and I'm gonna be yapping a little bit, and then I'm gonna do a whole bunch of gaming with you guys. And so if you guys are ready for the Ender Dragon, definitely feel free to get ready for that. Okay, I'm probably gonna just jump right into things, unless, actually no, I'm not gonna jump right into things. I'm gonna yap a little bit. So I've been working on a whole bunch of good stuff outside of streaming, obviously, and I'm very excited because all of the stuff is, let's just say it's coming soon. I may or may not have something coming up at around the end of the month. It's gonna be amazing, guys. It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be so freaking cool, and I am so freaking excited. And it is awesome. Let's just say you're gonna carry a little piece of me in real life, and I'm very excited. And again, that's going to be around near the end of the month, and that's all I can really say at this moment. Either way, there is a whole bunch of really cool surprises that I am very excited for, and you guys are going to absolutely freak out because they are all so freaking cool. Like, I love everything that is coming out of this. Let's just say you guys are going to absolutely love everything. I wonder what this chibi model you're wearing would look like on your... Oh, like, if I got, like, a chibi model of this? Ooh. I don't know. That's a good question. That's a better question. If I end up getting, like, a chibi model in the future, like, because this whole model would be super pretty as, like, a... I don't know what this would look like as a chibi. That would be super cute. I would love to see that. Are you gonna make tiny clones of yourself, or more unlikely, plush toys? ARIA plushies? When are we gonna get ARIA plushies? I want ARIA plushies. No ARIA plushies, at least not right now, but I think I can do you one better. And I think I have a whole bunch of other good stuff planned. I won't be able to watch stream cause internet on vacation. Yes. Gotta love crappy interwebs on when you're on vacation. Is this the Minecraft stream? No. This is the Q&A stream, and then in 2 hours from now, then it'll be the Minecraft stream. But I have to finish up the rest of my Q&A session, because I think I have... Oh, brother. I think I have, like, almost 100 questions to answer again today. Either way, I'm very excited. And we're gonna have a lot of good questions. If you guys missed the last Q&A stream, no worries at all. I'll explain a little bit of how this all works. So, to give everyone a bit of a refresher, I was basically explaining a bit about myself. And I know, crazy, right? Either way, there's a whole bunch of, like, really cool, like questions that people have asked me. I answered a bunch of questions about, like, VTubing and stuff like that. My opinions on space and stuff like that. It was a really good stream. And now I gotta do the other half, and we can go from there. Minecraft starts at 1 p.m. 2 hours from now, so whatever that is in your time zone. So yes. Did that boom take your PC off? No, my PC's fine. I have no idea what happened, genuinely. Like, I didn't have anything new open that I didn't usually have open, you know what I mean? Either way, like, my PC's fine. Like, I double-checked everything. I even did some PC maintenance like out like yesterday, of like, oh wait, I needed to get some like compressed air, and I wanted to like make sure like my PC was still, you know, all the fans and stuff were still good, since I still needed to do some PC maintenance. And I didn't notice any anomalies or anything like that. I genuinely don't know what happened when it came to peak. So I double checked everything. Literally everything looks good. I was like, what the fuck? But we're good now, so we're fine. I'm still missing the Ender Dragon fight then. No! No! Don't worry, I'm sure we'll be trying to find the end. I don't know if anyone has found the end fortress yet, or if no one wanted to find the end fortress until I showed up. Either way, we'll roll with the punches and we'll go from there. And we'll still be able to do the Wither as well. And we'll go from there. Hi Dex, so good to see you. You came at a perfect time, because I'm gonna explain a little bit about my Q&A. So again, I already answered a bunch of questions already, and we'll go from there. And I believe I sectioned everything off with my Q&A. So I believe we left off at favorites. So I'm gonna tell you guys a little bit about my favorite stuff, and we'll go from there. We know where some of the strongholds are. Okay, great. Whatever you guys have planned in advance, or whatever you guys want to do, I'm not really that picky. Either way, I think that's enough yapping. I think that's enough preamble, and I think we're gonna jump right in. I have like a whole bunch of questions I need to answer. So goodbye chat. I will be seeing you guys shortly, but bye chat. Bye chat. I'll see you later. And now I gotta get up my Q&A. Da 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 da. Here it is. Now, if anyone needs a reminder, you can do exclamation point ask, and then you will be able to ask me questions. Just do exclamation point ask and space, and then whatever your question is, and then you can go from there, and you can ask me other questions in case you have anything extra. But you should be good to go. Aria, you keep putting "in the end" from Linkin Park in my head every time you say that. No! No, my god, I'll do a cover. In the end, it doesn't even matter. Okay, let me see here. I think I have everything prepped for the Q&A sesh. I think I got everything. Yeah, I got everything. I forgot that I'm gonna have to do, I'm gonna have to bring up an extra screen. I forgot that in order for me to control the widget, if I want to do stuff, then I have to do it in chat. Here we go. And we'll go from here. And let's see. So this is just favorites. So obviously, we'll go from here. I believe we have so many freaking questions that I have to answer. So we're just gonna jump right into it. Again, everything is sectioned off, and we'll go from there. I'm pretty sure at the end, everything else will be just like viewer submitted questions once we get to, like, I would say the 180 range, or maybe the 170 range, I think. Either way, we're at question 100, well, whenever I click next, 105 out of 194. Let's see if I can get all of these going. Here we go. Let me do this, and I can do exclamation point next, if I remember how this widget works. There we go. All right. So let's see here. What is my favorite drink? So I usually drink a lot of tea, to be upfront. I usually drink like if you guys take a look at my throne, I actually did a whole bunch of I added a whole bunch of tea flavors to my throne. So if anyone wants to spoil me, you definitely should check it out. But I usually drink a lot of tea. I mean, that's why I have a little mug. To be fair, I usually have like tea or coffee. Like I'm very much a coffee and tea person, but I think tea would be my technically my answer here. If this question is favorite drink as an alcoholic beverage of choice, I tend to prefer like fruity cocktails and stuff like that. I really like Mai Tais a lot. Mai Tais are really good. But I am, in terms of like just in general, then I usually really like tea. To answer that question. Throne of tea, yummy. Yeah, I have so many. Again, on my throne, if anyone wants to spoil me, then you could definitely go check. 100 questions in 15 minutes? Not in 15 minutes. We have 2 hours. Again, we have 2 hours before Minecraft. We got 2 hours for me to answer over 100 questions. I'm sure I got this. I drink a lot of iced tea a lot every week. I barely drink any water. Well, water is good, but definitely iced tea is good too. At least you're getting some sort of sustenance. Believe me, as long as you're hydrating, that's the good news, right? But that is my favorite drink. Next. Bam. Favorite dessert. Ooh, let's see. That's a hard one. Do you know how many different desserts I really enjoy? That's really hard. Ooh, I love like all sorts of different kinds of desserts. That's a hard question. Let's see. Ooh, I don't know. That's a hard question. So I usually like chocolate for starters. I'm very stereotypical, and when it comes to any sort of like chocolatey dessert, like I would love a good chocolate cake. But keep in mind it has to be like, you know, a good chocolate cake. You strike me as a pastry person, very much so. I love pastries. Like I love macaroons. I love different little cupcakes and stuff like that. I love little pastries and stuff like that. It definitely is my bag. Oh, hi, Maria. Yes, it did work. If you looked, the count increased from 194 to 195, so it did work. It did work. Ba 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 ba. What if the cake was alive and it was screaming? Would you stab it and still eat it? Yes. Yes, I would. I would still absolutely eat screaming cake, because the cake is not a lie. Favorite snack. Ooh. I usually like a lot of okay, I admit I'm a very boring girly when it comes to different snacks. When I like chocolate covered pretty much anything. I'm a chocolate covered cherry person. I like chocolate covered like almonds. Those are like my favorite things. Chocolate covered everything. But if we're not talking anything like chocolate covered or anything, like I'm very much like, maybe I am stereotypical or childish, but I do like some goldfish every now and then, because I do like some goldfish or Cheez-Its, or any of those like cheesy, I guess cheesy ones, and whatever the like cheesy cracker ones are, those are pretty good. But either way, I would say like my favorite snack is like chocolate covered anything. So man, maybe I should put that on my throne. Maybe I should put like chocolate covered cherries on my throne. Those are my favorite. Because those are baller. I love those. I should probably add those to my throne at some point. Ooh. Okay, I'm gonna make a little reminder to myself so I don't forget. Either way, chocolate covered anything would be my technical answer here. Ba ba ba. Next. Let's see here. Favorite movie. Ooh. So, whenever I was super young, this movie has a lot of So this movie has a lot of just like, I watched this movie with my mom so many times, so it has to be my favorite by default. So I really like Terminator 2. That's one of my favorite movies just because it's very important to me. But I also really like, I really love Project Hail Mary. Even though like there were many times whenever during the movie, I will be sitting there like, actually that is not how the science works, but... I heard the book has done it way better. I heard the book that was way better in terms of like explaining all the science and stuff like that. But either way, I still absolutely loved that movie. I still like the relationship between Grace and Rocky is so freaking good. And if anyone has not watched the movie yet, then you totally should. Maybe when it comes out on streaming services, I'll play it and we can watch it in the Discord server, because it is such a good movie. Ba, ba, ba. You've seen the Terminator? Yeah! Well, Terminator 2 is my favorite one. I pretend Terminator 3 doesn't exist. And I'm okay with Terminator Genesis. I'm okay with that one. But either way, Terminator 2 is my favorite one. Normally movie adaptations always get the science wrong. Yeah. And I'm always gonna have to bite the bullet. And whenever I watch a movie that is based in like science, like even like science fiction or anything like that, and I'll still be sitting there like, actually that's not how the science works. But I always have to hold myself back and we'll go from. But either way, I still love that movie. I still absolutely love Project Hail Mary. It was still really good. I'll definitely maybe force you guys to watch it with me at one point in the Discord server, and it would be super fun. My biggest question right now is if you're having a good day. I'm having a great day. Thank you so much for asking, Muffins. I am very excited to be doing a lot of yapping today. And, well, I'm answering almost pretty much over 100 questions today. So, and then I'm gonna be streaming after this with some Minecraft. So I'm very excited. Thank you so much for the hydrate. Let me get some water. Thank you. Making sure I hydrate. How about I give you guys some custom music? I think you guys want I think you guys would like that. Let me see if I can switch us to do some custom stuff. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba. Give me my custom musics. Where is it? Give me the musics. There it is. Okay, let me know if that's too loud, but that should be good. Now you guys can have some custom stuff. I'm going into computer science and cannot just do all that hacking stuff by typing 1010 and enter. Yeah, it's very, especially with like computer science, it's definitely way more in depth than that. Aria's a yap lover. I'm not that bad. I'm not that bad, chat. Come on. Hello, Aria. Hi, welcome in. I am doing a little bit of a Q&A session, so definitely feel free to stick around as I answer a bunch of Q&A stuff. Let's see. I believe that does answer that question, though, so I'm gonna let me switch. Favorite TV show? Ooh. Right now I'm watching Peaky Blinders, so I have to say that. So, I'm currently at, I believe, season 5, and it's been really good so far. And no spoilers, by the way. Do not give me any spoilers. But I've been absolutely loving Peaky Blinders right now. It's been really fun. I'm popping in, and I hope you have a good stream. Thank you, Kitty Candy. I really appreciate it. But either way, I would say my favorite TV show for now is Peaky Blinders. My favorite movie is probably The Spider-Verse. Ooh. Yeah, Into the Spider-Verse is really good. I'm very impressed with the animation and everything with Into the Spider-Verse. It is so gorgeous. It was so good. And I had such a blast watching that movie. I watched did I watch Into the Spider-Verse or Across the Spider-Verse with you guys in the Discord? I forgot which one. I think I always get them mixed up because the names are so similar. But that was such a fun time whenever we were all doing movie night. I should do more of those. Mine is Dukes of Hazzard. That's a good one. That's a very good one. Classic Jeep on YouTube. That's a good one. My favorite movie is Jurassic Park. Jurassic Park's a good one too. All these are a good one. Let's see here. I have a question. What is stronger, a black hole or a white hole? So, a white hole is not stronger than a black hole. I would say theoretical physics suggests that white holes are basically, like, violently unstable. So, if, like, a white hole ever, like, faced a black hole, like, in, like, a death match or, like, that kind of scenario, that matter in a white hole will just simply just feed the black hole, because the black hole basically just sucks anything, right? And the black hole will just get bigger and stronger that way. So, white holes are also theoretical. So, white holes are a theoretical opposite that pushes matter and light out instead of a black hole, which sucks in stuff. A white hole, ayo. Yeah, so if anyone didn't know, a white hole is a theoretical thing, so. Ooh, posture check. Thank you so much, Steve. And another hydrate. Thank you. So good to see you, Steve. Let me stretch real quick. There we go. And let me get some water. There we go. Thank you. I love answering space questions. I love answering all sorts of different space questions. So, if anyone didn't know, there's like millions of black holes that are known to exist in the universe, but like we haven't found any like white holes or anything like that. Again, they're a theoretical thing. Isn't there also a theoretical for antimatter ones? I believe so, yeah. Can you travel back in time to a black hole? I don't know. If you go into a black hole, can you let me know? I'm not 100% sure. Do white holes exist or not? To my knowledge, no. They are theoretical, and we have not seen one in the wild yet. So we do not know that they do not. I'm pretty sure they don't exist. But that's, again, theoretical. We have no idea. So that's a space question we don't really know. Like, whenever we've discovered, like, dark matter and stuff like that was very much like a question, right? We had no idea. We were like, whenever we figured out all this stuff, we were like, oh, because whenever, like, dark matter existed, or well, at least whenever we discovered it, right? We always knew that there was something going on in the universe, but we had no idea what it was. It wasn't until relatively later on that we were able to find out, like, oh, that's what this is. But that's pretty much whenever we discovered, like, black holes and dark matter and stuff like that. Oh my god, we just got a raid! Oh my god, hi Maddie, perfect timing! Oh my goodness, you guys are playing, ooh, I never heard of that game. I hope it was fun. Either way, it's so good to see you. Apologies again that my computer died after we tried to go to the peak. Either way, it's so good to see you. Quick little intro for anyone who's new. I'm ARIA ALTAIR. I'm an astronaut VTuber, and I am doing a bit of a Q&A session. I have almost like 100 questions to answer, so I'm trying my best to go through them all. It's so good to see you, Maddie. Thank you so much for the raid. If anyone needs to raid and run, then by all means, feel free to do so. You can always check out the VOD for all of my streams over on YouTube. And, well, today is honestly a very big day. Today, I am doing not only my Q&A session, but I am also doing my, well, let's just say I'm forcing my cadets to try to beat the Ender Dragon today in about 2 hours from now. So if anyone would love to join us, then feel free to go into my Discord server, and you can definitely feel free to join us. Have a good stream, Aria. Thank you, Maddie. Again, it's so good to see you. Until next time, alright? Whenever you guys showed up, I was answering some space questions. And, let's see. Anyway, answer this question, Peaky Blinders. And then, now I gotta, next question. Favorite anime. Ooh, so I would say like my favorite anime would either be Kaiguri, which is like a gambling anime. That was probably like the first one I ever uncovered, like on my own, like discovered on my own terms. And then I would say, I'm pretty sure the next question is gonna be favorite manga, but it could be my favorite anime too, because they did like one season of this anime or this show, and that one was super cool. It's called Land of the Lustrous. And Land of the Lustrous so it was all like 3D, right? So with Land of the Lustrous, it was all like with 3D animation, and everyone was super, admittedly, at the time, very much like anti 3D animation and stuff like that. And, well, either way, let's just say that this show knocked that, like, stereotype out of the park. Because, I mean, Land of the Lustrous looked really good. And I'm really mad that they did not continue the, like, series at all. But I continued with the manga, but it's really cool. But even then. Well, time machines theoretically work via opening a wormhole across time instead of space. It would be a wormhole in the same spot across the different points in time. Yeah, that's true. Good point. That is totally true. Have you heard about the SCP anime? It's coming soon. They're combining SCP and anime? I didn't know this existed. I'm gonna do a Google. There's no way. There's no way. There's no way. Hold up. Where's my Google Chrome? I'm gonna Google this. SCP anime. Oh my god, I cannot say this word. Gallionic? SCP Gallionic? I'm assuming that's how you say that word. That's a hard word for Aria. Either way. Whoa. This looks really cool. Whoa. This looks really cool. Ooh. Now I'm excited. This looks really cool. I'm super excited. Let's see. Other stuff I'm probably forgetting about. I feel like I'm forgetting something. There we go. But yeah, I would say like my favorite anime would probably be either Kaiguri or Land of the Lustrous. I mean, I told you guys in my YouTube short about the time that my dad got me Himiko Jabami, like that figure. Even though he totally didn't have to, he just got it for me, and as like a gift. So shout out to him, best dad ever. Let's see, more questions. Let's see, next question. Favorite music genre? Ooh, I would say rock and metal. And I'm saying that as a person that listens to a variety of genres. Like, I would say the only genre that I do not listen to is country. That is the only genre I don't listen to. Like, I'm the type of person that'll be pretty happy if anyone plays, like, any sort of, like, even if it's, like, a gaming soundtrack, right? Like, I love gaming OSTs and stuff like that. I mean, the reason why this playlist is full of, like, Pokemon and stuff like that is because, like, I'm so used to listening to, like, game soundtracks and stuff like that. That's very much my bag. Like, I love listening to all sorts of stuff like that. I was listening to, the Doom Eternal one, so, like, sound OST by Mick Gordon, and that's always fun. Spoiler alert, if you want to, if you're ever driving and a person cuts you off and you want them to know that you're really mad at them while, you know, not being confrontational, you could just play, The Only Thing They Fear Is You, and blast it. Just speaking from experience. I listen to a variety too. The only one I can't listen to is funk. I don't understand it. I don't mind funk. I think funk is okay. Like, because maybe it's because I was listening to like dubstep and stuff like that when I was very young, so I was okay with that. I was like, okay, it's not like, I would argue it's not really the same. I mean, I don't know, but yeah, Cloudy's right. Funk is very vibe music, so yeah, I agree. Aria, I'm gonna lurk for now. Sounds good to me, Maddie. But yeah, I would say I listen to pretty much anything besides country. I would say that would be like my only stipulation. Otherwise, I'll listen to pretty much anything. I'm not that picky. Favorite season? Fall by far. Like, as much as I love fall and spring, summer is way too hot for me. Whenever it comes to like extreme heat, like, shout out to anybody who lives in, like, Florida or, like, Cali or anything like that, where you just get so used to, like, super hot all the time. I know Japan gets super hot, like, pretty much all the time as well. So I would say that, like, shout out to you if you live in an area that just gets super hot, like, just forever. But I absolutely love fall. I mean, like, I may be a little biased, I will admit. Like, October is my birthday month, and fall is right there. So I would say that is my favorite, especially with, like, I mean, fall is, like, perfect weather. Like, you just put on, like, a t-shirt and jeans kind of weather. I would say, like, that's, like, the, like, best you can do. And if you want to do, like, a cool jacket or something, like, yeah. Like, that's, like, the best thing ever. LNPA gets extremely hot and extremely cold. We never have decent weather. Like, I lived all over the place, so I can say that I've been all over the place in terms of places that I've been to, right? So I do know that over there gets super rainy, at least the area that I visited. So it definitely does have like all sorts of really crazy weather. California is dying to heat right now. Yeah, I think I double checked. I think somewhere is like suffering through a freaking like heat wave right now. Like, dear Lord. Okay, keep in mind, like, I would say, like, even anything in the 90s is too hot for me. And I'm very much used to extreme cold. Like, I'll be okay with, like, extreme cold, like, because I can just put on multiple layers. I mean, you can only take off so many layers during the summertime, you know what I mean? So, I personally love winter since it's annoying, and it's the annoying and I love the cold. Yeah, I love the cold too. I love snow. Could you believe that there's a few people here that, like, just never saw winter before? Or never saw snow? Like, ever? Like, they never, like, touched snow before? Just because they live in areas that are just so hot? Like, I was so surprised when I learned that, like, that exists. But maybe it's because that I lived in, like, all over the place. I lived in multiple different areas across the U.S., so I wouldn't really. I experience it all. It's 88 in Cali, but the high will be 103. God, I'll be a melted popsicle off the sidewalk at that point. I cannot take extreme heat like that. It's too much. It's definitely too much, especially for me. I've never seen snow or touched it since I'm in Cali, but I want to go somewhere where it snows so badly. You should. Let's see, what places are known for extreme snow? I know Colorado, like, there's literally, like, all the mountains and stuff, like, that, you can find some snow there. That would be an easy place to find some snow. It snows in north of Cali. Ooh. I'm trying to remember where I've been in Cali before. I don't think I've ever been in North Cali before. I know I've been south of Cali before, and, like, in the middle. Like, near Seattle. Ooh, that's a good point. True, but I want out of this hellhole. Yeah, I mean, how many people are in Cali that actually want to stay in Cali? It seems like over the years that people are trying to get out of California, at least from what I've noticed. So, next question. Favorite holiday? Ooh, this is gonna be an unpopular opinion, but I love Halloween. I absolutely love Halloween. And with I feel like lots of people do not appreciate the joys of Halloween because it's like dressing up, like, and everyone celebrates the spookies and gets into the vibes. Like, I love the spooky vibes, and I always have really good memories of Halloween. So I always love that time, and I already mentioned that I love fall, so I absolutely love that season. So look, I'm just saying, like, spooky time, peak. Halloween is cool, I love it too. Yeah, so that's my favorite holiday. Not to mention, like, let's be real, if anyone were to play, like, Christmas music, like, in July or like, August or something, everyone would freak out. But if I played some, like, not like, quote-unquote spooky music, but if I played, like, some, like, thriller, or, like, if I played, like, some Halloween tracks, like, people will still be absolutely vibing. So, look, I love Halloween. Halloween is such a good holiday. And I feel like a lot of adults don't really take full advantage of the holiday spookies. I feel like they should absolutely embrace the spookies. It's so fun. Even if you can't do, like, trick-or-treating or anything like that. I think the whole vibes of Halloween is definitely my bag. So, I was just about to say, Thriller, Michael Jackson too. Yeah. Like, there's so many, like, Halloween songs that are so good. They are so good, and I will die on this hill. Ooh, great point. Horror movies, also really good. Excellent point. I'm here, sorry for being late. No worries at all, you came at a perfect time. I'm just doing my Q&A session where I answer all of your guys' questions, and I just kind of yap with you guys. It's been super fun so far. But yeah, Bobcat brought up a good point. Horror movies. Everyone can watch a horror movie. It doesn't have to be October for you to just watch a horror movie. You can watch horror movies year-round. You can't really watch a Christmas movie year-round, and you can't really do that. But either way, like, Halloween is such a good holiday. I think it's underrated. I feel like lots of people are obviously very excited for Christmas. And again, no hate to anybody that loves Christmas. I do enjoy the vibes of Christmas too. But I think that Halloween deserves a little bit more love. I think Halloween is great. Favorite color? Oh, I wonder if chat can answer this one. I think you guys can answer this question. I would say, I wonder if you guys can answer this question. Cloudy, I got this. It's purple, guys. Ding ding ding. Let's go, Cloudy. Yeah, here, hold up. I have confetti. Yeah. It's absolutely purple. Green. Okay, I don't hate green. I do not hate. Okay, green's not terrible. I would argue I don't hate a lot of colors, but I definitely yap a little bit about about how great purple is before. Because I think purple looks good no matter, like, if it's like a light purple, like a lilac, or if it's like a dark purple. Like, purple looks good no matter, like, what you do with it. So I would say, like, purple is such a great color. Mine personally is a lighter tone of blue. Yeah, that's a good blue. Good blue. How short are you? I'm not short. We're not gonna have this debate again. Ooh, I think I saw another question in here as well. My question is 196, I have to go in 30 minutes, because someone timestamp it for me to check out the answer later. Someone timestamp his question. How tall are you then? I am 5'3". I am average height for around the world. In either way, I am, like, in terms of, like, I thankfully haven't had any sort of, like, crazy scenarios where I'm, like, so short, where I'm, like, that short. Oh, come on, guys, I'm not that bad. Look, believe it or not, I have friends, like, a lot of friends that are shorter than me, believe it or not. Like, I'm the quote-unquote tall one in my friend group. Keep in mind, the keyword here is in my friend group, because everyone else is taller than me. I think I could possibly dive over you. Oh my god. Either way, I am not short. I'm not short. I will not address the allegations. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da. Favorite animal? Penguins. Penguins are so cute. I love penguins. I absolutely love going to, like, whenever I was super young, I would love to go to a zoo, and then I could absolutely, like, go see the penguins. There was one zoo that actually let me pet a penguin before, and that was, oh, it was so cool. But penguins are my favorite. I think I could give you a piggyback ride. Hey, shut up! Shut up! Shush! Shush! Short Aria. Hey! Everyone is gonna call me 3 apples tall and shit. Here we freaking go again. But yeah, I have so many, like, penguin plushies and stuff like that. I think I have almost, like, 25 freaking penguin plushies alone. So a lot of people can give her one, even people shorter than her. Yeah, like, I don't weigh that much either. I weigh, like, if anyone can believe it, like, I weigh like 100 and I'm 105. I'm 105 pounds. Like, I'm very skinny and very small, and I don't weigh that much. Anyone can pick me up. Like, that's not even anything too crazy. Ever played Notia? No, I never heard of that. Let me Google it so that way I can ensure I know what you're talking about. At first I was gonna read that as Nokia, and I would not be able to read that, so. No, I never played this game before. Hi, Big Hat Logan. So good to see you. I'm doing a Q&A session right now, so feel free to stay in, yeah. I can carry you then. I squat that. I'm very small. I always say I'm like easily portable. I had a friend ask if they could, like, fireman carry me, and I was like, anyone could fireman carry me. This isn't gonna, if you're doing this to flex, this isn't gonna be a huge flex, bro. But yeah. Ba 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 ba. Oh, I want next. Give me next. There you go. Time to put Arya on top of the fridge. Hey! Don't put me on the top of the fridge. I'm not like a fucking elf on the shelf. Favorite smell? I'm assuming, like, candles and stuff, right? I guess favorite scent would be your actual question. I like vanilla and lavender. Call me basic. I also love flowers. Like, call me stereotypical, but I absolutely love getting flowers and stuff like that. Even whenever, like, I absolutely love getting flowers. Like, I still go to, like, I don't have, like, a specific, like, botanical place that does, like, flower or bouquets or anything like that. But there is it's kind of like a mom and pop, like, walk-in place that does do, like, all sorts of really cool flowers and stuff. I absolutely love stuff like that. And I absolutely love, any sort of, like, floral smells. I absolutely love lavender. Vanilla is an obvious one, too. I have a candle that's like apple pie, and that is honestly fire. I absolutely love that one. I think I actually have it on right now, don't I? Yeah, I do. I have apple pie in my room right now, so it smells fantastic in here. Arya, how are you too small to ride this ride? You can't reach the car pedals, I guess. mean! So mean! I wonder who's the tallest out of chat. I don't know. It seems like a lot of you are really tall. Lavender smells amazing, especially if you put him in arrangement with Forget-Me-Nots. Yes! Yes, hero! Exactly! Exactly! She has them gas pedals extensions. Oh my god, guys! Guys, I'm getting bullied. I'm getting so bullied in this freaking chat right now. Pretty sure we got some 6-foot cadets around. Yeah, I believe so. I do remember one of you mentioning that you were, 6 foot. I do remember one of you have mentioned that. I wonder where they are. I do know that they are here. I do know that they exist. But yeah, I would say, like, again, I love anything floral. I love lavender. I love vanilla. But I have a lavender candle for when I need to unwind. Yes! Peak! Absolute peak. I took a floral arrangement class in high school and it was really fun. I really want to do more arrangement in my free time. Yeah. It's very calming, very relaxing, believe it or not. It's very lovely. Definitely get into, if anyone needs something to get into, I mean, like, I wanted to get into a bit more gardening. I used to really like gardening when I was very young, and I want to get back into it. I used to actually do a lot of gardening when I was younger. I need to do something else. I have a, like, decently large backyard, so I kind of have a lot of wiggle room. I could do a lot of good stuff. I need to do that more. Either way, I would say those are my favorite scents. Favorite weather. Ooh. How many people here love, like, rain or, like, storms, or, like, thunderstorms whenever, like, they're trying to sleep? I absolutely love whenever it's like storming and then I'm like trying to sleep. It hits different. It is very nice, and I highly recommend it. And I would say, like, favorite, as long as I'm not, like, obviously getting, like, soaked in the, like, the rain or anything, then I would say that. I would say that's my favorite weather. Heavy rain on a tin roof is peak. Yeah. Like, I absolutely, like, back home, like, my fam, like I lived all over the place, right? So at least from one of the houses that I had previously, the roof was, like, very metallic, or at least I don't know roofing, so forgive me. But either way, whenever it rains, it was, like, very obvious whenever it was, like, a heavy downpour, and you hear, like, the rain. It's so fun, and I love it so much. It's very great. I absolutely love that. Sometimes it's fun to go out in the rain without an umbrella, but yeah, getting soaked is horrible. Yeah. If I'm, like, going out in the rain to get soaked on purpose, then I better be close to my house, because otherwise then I'm gonna be, like soaked the entire day, you know what I mean? I very much am, like, like, my grandma will say this, like, she hates the feeling of, like, her shoes getting wet, or, like, whenever it, like, soaks into your shoes and then it gets to your socks, like, that's, like, her least favorite thing ever. Foggy is really cool, but I can't help but get nervy, because whenever I encounter, like, foggy, like, weather, right, my brain, like, immediately defaults to, like, the old Slender Man games, if anyone here knows what I'm talking about, like, old school Slender Man, when it's, like, all foggy in, like, the forest, and it's all spooky. Foggy can be really spooky, but cool at the same time, so I don't know how I feel about it. But yeah, I absolutely love rain. Rain whenever you're, like, trying to sleep and stuff like that. Hits different. Ooh. Next section. This one's really, really short. So this one is a would you rather. So this is gonna be like a this or that kind of situation. And, well, I guess you'll see what I mean. We'll go from there. So, live on the moon or underwater? Oh, God. Why would I want to live underwater? I'll live on the moon, why not? Say less. I feel like underwater is super scary. Like, when it comes to, again, we only know so much about, like, underwater stuff, so I'm very, very nervy when it comes to anything like that, so. Underwater because infinite food? I mean, yeah, but what if someone can just send me food? Someone could just send me food. Honestly, saying moon is more fun. Yeah, moon. Minions! Tonight, we steal the moon! I mean, it depends on where you are. Yeah. Guys, she's got hydrophobia. Exactly. I have a very deep fear of the ocean. Like, that is exactly why I played Subnautica. Like, that is exactly why. So, and if you fall in space, you'll float and you'll get hit by a meteor. Yeah. Look, that'll be a pretty baller way to go out, especially in this day and age. How many people have died to meteors? I'll be the first one. Either way, should have been there during the Subnautica arc? Yeah. See, Cloudy knows. Cloudy's been there since the beginning. And yeah, during the Subnautica, whenever I played Subnautica, during like my chibi model, that was very spooky. ARIA playing VR could be hilarious. I do have a VR headset. 3D ARIA debut when? Might be nice to live near a coral reef or something. Like, less nice to live in the abyss. Yeah. I think Pixie 6 has a better idea. Because, like, I've been in submarines before. Like, I've been in submarines where I was able to, like, go see, like, coral reefs and stuff like that before. Like, that was super cool. I absolutely love doing that. Even though I was still very nervous the entire time because, oh god, water. It was still really cool. I still really enjoyed that. Honestly, just punch the meteor. Yeah. With these muscles, I got this. I got this, chat. I'll just punch the meteor. Don't think we'll be able to colonize. Do you think we'll be able to colonize the moon? I imagine living on the moon would be very comfortable. You go out in your spacesuit, walk around, a bit outside. You go take care of your garden. Also watch the stars. It really depends. I don't know if it's gonna happen within my lifetime, but we'll see. I saw someone skateboard on a skyscraper once. Whoa! Living life on the edge, I see. Can't get me in a submarine. Tin can versus pressure. No, thank you. Yeah. I did it. It was very spooky. I still really enjoyed my time whenever I would go on a submarine. I've been in a submarine, I think 4 times. I would say 4 times. I took a lot of, like, vacations in my youth. So I've been, like, all over the place. I remember going to a couple, I know I did at least 2, like, submarine, like, little trips, like, down in Mexico at some point. It was so cool. It was so cool to do. And it was super fun. Oh my goodness, what is that? I think that was an error. I'm gonna click next. Yeah, the live on the moon, we already got that one. There you go. Now, I think it was just broken. Let's see. Never play games again or never watch YouTube again. Ooh. I use YouTube pretty much every day, so I would have to go with the YouTube option. Keep in mind, before I became a VTuber, I didn't really play a lot of video games. Like, I mentioned this to you guys before, chat. Like, I was very secluded. I did not play a lot of, like, video games and stuff like that. And I really needed an excuse to play more video games and go talk to more people. That was pretty much the entire reason why I became a VTuber. So, honestly, how would you know about games without YouTube? I mean, yeah. So, I could just watch people play. I could just watch people play games on YouTube. I mean, I did that for the longest time anyway. Besides, you could watch gameplay and love the games just as much. But no more community Minecraft. No more Minecraft. I'm a huge gamer, so definitely gonna say goodbye YouTube. Yeah, like, to give you some context, Vampire, like, I used to, like, pretty much live on YouTube. So I didn't really watch, like, or play a lot of video games. I could avoid YouTube given they keep showing more and more ads, shoving more and more ads into it. Absolutely. Understandable. Keep in mind I have YouTube Premium, so I do not have that problem. I think they have, like, some sort of program where, like, if you're a student, it is much cheaper. I have no idea how much cheaper, I just know that it's very cheap for me. Either way, I could definitely not play games again, because if I just go on YouTube, I could just watch people play the games. I would say that I could probably do that. Fight 100 duck-sized horses or 1 horse-sized duck. The horse-sized duck would be insane. But 100 duck-sized horses? Keep in mind, horses are very strong. Even if there's like 100 horses, right? Even if they're small, they're still a horse. I would be okay with fighting a horse-sized duck. I think that would be super metal. I would commission someone to make some artwork of me fighting the duck, and that would be really, I think that would be funny. If it was a geese instead of ducks, I would die. Geese are assholes. That's another good thing to consider. Ducks are like fine. Geese are assholes. So the fact that this is specifying duck, I think I can fight one horse-sized duck. I think I could survive that. Yeah, ducks are mean but have absolutely no strength, really. Yeah. So if I get like a big boy duck, I think I could fight that. Like, do I have weapons? Do I have weapons to fight this big duck? Or is it just me, myself, and my fists? I think could I punch a duck? I could probably punch a duck. 100 duck-sized horses because it won't make a difference? Yeah. I would do one horse-sized duck. Just myself? Yeah, I would say one horse-sized duck. I would say one horse-sized duck in this scenario. I could totally take that on a fight. Unlimited money, but no internet. Or unlimited internet, but no money. Ooh. Could I just get unlimited money and then buy the internet? I could just buy the internet if I had unlimited money. If I had unlimited money, I could just splurge and just get like, if I go to Starbucks, right? I could just use their free public Wi-Fi. And then I could just buy the interwebs. Unlimited internet, because you can just get the money back. That's, Could you? I mean, like, in this, ooh, I see what you mean. But then again, if I have unlimited money, then I could just buy the internet. So I could just give myself some interwebs. Buy the internet and becomes the greatest tech billion. Yeah, I could be a tech Mongol. I'll be like the tech billionaire. I mean, I already have no money, so unlimited internet would work for me. I mean, like, looking at this, I could just buy, again, I could just pick unlimited money, and then I could just buy the interwebs. That seems easy. Have teleportation or time travel? Ooh. Okay. Teleportation is cool. Time travel is cool. I would say time travel would be the obvious answer here. Just because with time travel, you could just teleport yourself. So if anyone here has watched Back to the Future, specifically the second one, you could just teleport yourself, like, back in time, predict stuff from the future, and then just get unlimited money again. So you could definitely do that. You could just do that sort of situation. Time travel, future, get immortality, and get a personal teleporter. Yeah, you could do all this stuff. I gotta go soon, sadly. Bye-bye. See you later. Thank you so much for joining me in all of these hypotheticals. Feel free to definitely stick around for next week, because we got a whole bunch of good stuff. Damn, gotta go in 10 minutes, see y'all in 2.5 hours. Also, time travel, you can travel to a point in that exact time you're in that exact spot. Yeah, I agree. I feel like time travel would be the obvious winner here. Because again, you could just pull a Back to the Future 2, go back in time, predict all the stuff from the future, rack up a bunch of money, and then make your life cushy for the rest of it. You know what I mean? Teleportation, because knowing my dumbass, I'd trip up and make some paradoxes. Yeah, like, I would say, like, that would be the... I guess, like, we don't know any of these, like, hypothetical, like, time questions. Like, what if we accidentally cause a time paradox? Like, how fucked would we be? You know what I mean? I think these, like, that would be the only question here. But, again, that would be, like, my only stipulation here. Who's gonna stop me from just time traveling back into the past, predicting stuff from the future, and then getting a whole bunch of money? Like, I could gamble and do a bunch of, I can, like, do betting on, like, horse racing and stuff like that one guy did in Back to the Future 2. I could totally do that. Oh my god, hi! So good to see you! Welcome in! If anyone is curious, who did my stinger, this is the person who did my stinger. I don't know if I can, let me see if I can make it switch and do it real quick. Hold up. It's not doing it. It's not doing it. It's not doing it. My OBS is broken. I think my OBS is broken. My OBS is 100% broken and won't show up. Either way, they did the animated intro stinger. Since I'm in my summer debut stuff, I have all my summer stuff out, but either way, it's so good to see you. Stream is high-key fire. Yeah, I have a whole bunch of good stuff. I have a whole bunch of assets and cool stuff that I can always love to show off. Let's see, we were talking about time traveling versus teleportation and during this Q&A session, so you came in at a perfect time. But then people might catch on, and the government or worse might be after you. Ooh. Then you could teleport in the past before the government was able to catch on. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like all of these like hypotheticals will be like how we have no idea if we're gonna get like caught. Because like if you time travel, right, we have no idea about the time paradox situation. Like what happens if you screw up? You could always like just go back in time. But then again, like what if the, like what you said, what if the government catches on? Like all of these are really good questions. I don't know. For the sake of the question though, I would have to go with time travel. At least until I figure out all of the rules for time travel, because I'm not a time lord. I would not know any of the rules. Lose coffee forever or lose desserts forever? Both of those sound like a fate worse than death. Why would I have to pick one? That seems like a fate worse than death. That would be horrible. How would I be able to choose that? Lose coffee forever or lose desserts forever. Oh, both of these options stink. This is the worst question. As I drink coffee and eat dessert right now? Exactly. I would choose lose coffee forever just because I could get caffeine in other ways. If I lose desserts forever, I lose access to pretty much... Like, do I lose access to literally everything sweet or anything that is considered a quote-unquote dessert? I would probably say lose coffee forever, because, again, you can just get caffeine in other ways. Energy drinks are a thing. I have to admit, I'm not all that crazy about energy drinks, but if that's my source for caffeine, then so be it. Some teas absolutely have caffeine in them, so I could just stick to tea like usual. So, I think I could live. I think I could totally live. Bonsea, oh my goodness, it's so good to see you. Welcome in. Hi. I'm doing a Q&A session right now, so I'm kind of just sitting and yapping with my cadets if you would love to join me. It is so good to see you, by the way. I am super happy to eventually plan a collab with you in the future. Maybe, perhaps, we'll see. Either way, it's so good to see you. Welcome in. Me over here drinking lemonade to wake myself up in the mornings. Look, lemonade hits different. It's fire. Lemonade, and whenever you haven't had lemonade in forever, it's fire. Makes a nice zap to start the day. Yeah. But yeah, I would say, like, if I lose coffee forever, I can get caffeine other ways. So I would have to choose that. Only eat one food forever, or never eat your favorite food again. Ooh, so I only eat sushi, or I'm barred from eating sushi forever. I think I could survive with eating sushi forever. I feel like there's multiple different ways that you could do sushi. I feel like there's multiple ways you could spice up your life with just sushi. Because sushi is seafood. There's a lot of different flavors of seafood that you could definitely have fun with. Same favorite food? Yeah. Look, I love sushi, so... I would absolutely be able to eat sushi forever. And again, multiple different flavors of sushi. There's so many different sushis. I would totally live. I would totally live with just eating sushi. In fact, that would be heaven. Heck, let me sign up for that right now. Where's that future? I'll write down ARIA ALTAIR VT. Signs up for unlimited sushi forever. I choose rice as my food because you can do a lot with it. Yeah, exactly. Like, a lot of these, like, even foods that are, like, if someone's favorite food is something so highly versatile, then you can do so much with it. Like, if anyone here was with me during Baldur's Gate, whenever me and Yuzu were talking about potatoes, again, same thing here. Versatility. Like, you can do a whole bunch with potatoes. So, I would totally be okay if I had to eat one food forever. Let me get this straight. Your favorite food is seafood, but you're afraid of the sea and the ocean. You do not have to call me out. You do not have to call me out at all. Not at all. But yeah, like, keep in mind, like, I am, like, terrified of the ocean, but I will absolutely go ham on, like, some crab legs or, like, seafood and do some sushi. That's like my whole bag. I would totally be okay with that. Let's see here. Ooh, we're at our next section, which is hot takes. This is gonna be fun, and I feel like I'm totally gonna make a lot of people mad here with any of my scolding hot takes. So here we go. What's your hottest gaming opinion? Ooh, hottest gaming opinion. Oh God, everyone here is about to bring out their pitchforks. Ooh. Gaming opinion. I feel like lots of people, like, whenever they are, how do I phrase this? Have you guys ever seen, like, controversies whenever people would be in, like, doing, like, a whole bunch of discourse during, like a tournament and stuff like that? I would, Well, I guess this is more in talks of relations to a certain exact scenario that I'm thinking of, but I'm gonna put that aside. Hi Atomic, so good to see you. I'm talking about my scolding hot takes during my Q&A session. Yes, tournaments are mostly drama. Yeah. I am not a fan of, like, tournament culture whenever it's positive and people are doing, like, good sportsmanship. I love that. This is not a call out to any of those tournaments that do any sort of, like, good sportsmanship or anything like that. I love those. I love seeing that. But with that being said, lots of tournaments have a whole bunch of drama. And a good example that I can think of at the top of my head was the Marvel Rivals situation with Twitch, or I think whenever Doki Bird had to, like, whenever she dropped out of her own team in order to let her team win. Like, that her team ended up winning, even though she dropped out of the tournament and everything. There was a whole bunch of discourse whenever that situation happened, just because of, like, I don't know, keep in mind, I do not know how Marvel Rivals works. I never played Marvel Rivals. Hell, that's a good idea. Maybe someone can teach me Marvel Rivals. Maybe that'll be a good stream idea. Either way, I never play Marvel Rivals, so someone here can educate me if I'm wrong. But there's, like, different levels of, like, tiers of, like, how good you are as a player, of, like, Grandmaster, or how good you are, or anything like that. And during the tournament, like, you were only allowed to have, like, 2 Grandmaster level or higher level people, and the tournament rules changed, like, 3 or 4 separate times throughout the tournament, or before the tournament even started. So it was very much a frustrating situation where the rules were changing so frequently. Of course, agreed, when they're good and they're good, but it feels like there's always something. Yeah. Like, again, sportsmanship, I love to see it. I love to see good sportsmanship, and whenever people are being chill. I love seeing that. But whenever people do, like, a whole bunch of, like, drama and shit, or, like, I don't know. I guess that with the Twitch Rivals, or Marvel Rivals situation that I'm talking about, that was just an improper planning on their part for, like, not being clear with their ruling and stuff like that, or changing the rules so frequently. Like, they should not have done that. If they were gonna do their rules, then they should have hammered out the rules in advance, and then stuck with their rules. And they should not have, like, and if they're gonna, like, be adamant on their rulings, then they should, you know, be fair, right? Because Doki Bird's team literally had to change to abide by the rule set. Other teams did not do that. So other teams, I think, I think it was Shroud's team. Like, they technically had, like, 3 higher level people that were not, like, Grandmasters or higher, if I am remembering this correctly. Either way, point I'm trying to make here is, if you're gonna establish a rule set, make your rule set, like, the same. Like, if you're gonna have your rules, like, don't change them last minute, like, 20 billion times, and stick with your guns. Like, be like, hey, this was against the rules. It's very easy. This shouldn't be too hard. I hosted a bunch in the past where I played Apex, and I'm sure I grew gray hairs from that time. Yeah. Like, again, love to see good sportsmanship. But whenever there's situations like that, like, oh, I hate to see it. Like, please, 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 just hammer out your rules in advance so that way people don't get gray hairs in the future. You know what I mean? Hottest anime opinion. Ooh. Let's see. So I get recommended a whole bunch of different different shows, right? And I have to admit, a lot of them are like really not like my style. Just because an anime series is popular doesn't mean that everyone is going to like it. Or is gonna be my overall hot take. Like, there's plenty of, like, again, I mentioned Land of the Lustrous. I would say that's not really a really, like, well-known, like, anime, just because there's only one season of it. But just because, like, a show is popular doesn't mean that someone's going to like it, I would say is my overall hot take. It is very much, like, keep in mind, I do like a lot of really popular shows. Like, I do like Spy X Family. Like, I absolutely love that. Berserk is great. Thank you so much for remembering Berserk. But either way, not everyone's gonna love Berserk. Like, I have buddies and friends that do not like a lot of blood or gore or anything like that, so I wouldn't recommend, like, any of those, like, animes that have, like, extreme violence, you know what I mean? But even still, like, I remember, like, whenever I first got into... This is gonna be an unpopular opinion, here we go. Whenever I first got into Demon Slayer, like, I did not get it. In my opinion, like, I had, like, whenever I was watching Demon Slayer, I, like, in order to get to the good parts of the plot, like, it seems like I had to go to the end. And usually, if I wanted to go to the end of, like, the season or anything, that's usually, like, the fight scenes and stuff like that. And all of the animation and stuff like that is beautiful. But there were so many times when Demon Slayer that I was, like, forcing myself to watch, freaking Demon Slayer. But I don't think I have that as much beef with Demon Slayer anymore. So, but either way, it was very much that sort of situation. I don't really care much like anime, except things like a certain anime, like, ooh, I got you. That's very true, Vampire. I only care about your opinion. What's your take on Vampire Diaries? I love Vampire Diaries. Or Apothecary Diaries. Apothecary Diaries. I'm very excited for season 3, which comes out in October, I believe, if I'm right. And with Apothecary Diaries, I love Mao Mao, and I absolutely love their take on treating Mao Mao as a character. Like, please, give me more characters like Mao Mao. I love her so much. And I'm very excited for season 3, and I'm very excited to see where the season's gonna go. Is there a... Okay, safe space. we stand Apothecary Diaries in this stream. But either way, I absolutely love Apothecary Diaries, and I'm very excited. Is there gonna be a movie for Apothecary Diaries, if I'm remembering this right? I just know that season 3 is going to be a thing. I just know that season 3 is official. I'm not 100%. If I am remembering correctly. That's exactly why Demon Slayer is better for newer anime watchers. If you've seen some anime and makes some sense, you'd roll your eyes for some parts. It's kind of like solar leveling in that regard. Ooh, that's so true. That is so true. Like, I remember, again, I have so many friends that never even touched anime before, but I show, like, different, like, little, like, sections of Demon Slayer, and, like, all that stuff is great. I absolutely, like, all of those, like, different, like, I would show off, like, the beautiful animation in Demon Slayer, which is absolutely awesome. I absolutely love seeing the animation. Maybe it's because I'm an absolute fiend for any sort of amazing animation, but it's so cool. But still, absolutely true. It's a good point. I like anime from the 90s and 2000s. Ooh, like older anime. That's good. That's good. Agreed. I love her characterization. It's so much needed in anime women. Yes, please. Where Hollywood? Give me more of this. Only one normal anime shows that I did watch that I loved, and it was Inuyasha. Yeah, I love Inuyasha. Inuyasha's good, too. But yeah, I would say, like, that is my quote-unquote hottest anime opinion. And, yeah. What's your most chaotic hear me out? Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, no. Okay, I don't think he's a hear me out. He's not a hear me out at all. But... okay, fine. He is not a hear me out. Keep this in mind, because I feel like hear me outs are characters that are absolutely unhinged, and I would argue like not even human in a sense would be the quote unquote hear me out. So I don't think he counts by my definition of a hear me out, but let me pull him up. Here. Let me see. I wonder if anyone in the chat's gonna guess who I'm about to pull up before I even show an image real quick. Quick. Oh god. Okay. Hear me out! Okay, whenever people were talking about Leon Kennedy, I did not understand. I'm not a Leon Kennedy person. Hear me out. Albert Wesker is right there. Wesker? Hear me out. Look, there's a reason why we made Albert Wesker in my Tomodachi life whenever I did Tomodachi life streams. And then I was freaking the fuck out whenever my character got married to Albert. God damn it. Oh, by the way, if anyone was curious, I opened up Tomodachi life like relatively recently. We had a kid, and I didn't even know about it, like at all. I should have streamed it. I cried. Either way. Just in case anyone needed to know what happens with my Tomodachi life streams. Sorry, I just hear people in the Dead by Daylight community moaning in the corner of my mind right now. He's in Dead by Daylight? Is he in Dead by Daylight? Oh my god, he is! I didn't know he got added! Whoa! Whoa! He's a killer? Hear me out. Look at him! Look at this icon! Oh my god, see? So are all the Resident Evil people? Oh, I had no idea that they added Wesker. I thought I knew... Wait a minute, is... Oh, they did... They added Leon too? Did they add Leon? Oh my god. Nemesis is also a killer? No way! Oh my god, I haven't played Dead by Daylight in forever. Oh my god, I need to, I'm scared if I touch that game that I'm gonna stream it, and I'm scared of that, I should probably, of what happens if I stream Dead by Daylight. But yeah, this is my hear me out, and I will die on this hill. Let's see, chat. I guess I know what we collabing on now. Yeah. Oh my goodness. I love collabing with people and doing literally anything. Keep in mind, I never really played games like on stream before, like Marvel Rivals or Dead by Daylight or anything like that. It's been so long, and quite frankly, I think my Dead by Daylight is scuffed where I think I broke it, so now I have to start from the very beginning. I think all my shit is broken. So even then, like, I haven't played in so long that I need to play so many games. Every time I open up my like game or like wish list and like games, I have like a Google Doc of like games I need to play, and it's always increasing by the day. Next question: pineapple on pizza. I think pineapple on pizza is okay. I think people freak the fuck out whenever people never had pineapple on pizza before. Crime? Have you ever had pineapple on pizza? Crime, death. Have you ever had pineapple on pizza? If you think it's death, then if it's the death penalty, then by all means. But I feel like if you ever had pineapple on pizza, like I'm not that bad. I don't think it's okay. I think it's fine. I'm not all that crazy either way. I think it's an interesting mix of like savory and sweet. I think that's why people like it, if I were to guess. But with that being said, I don't mind pineapple on pizza. But I think a lot of people that whenever like they say oh my god, death penalty, pineapple on pizza. I don't know if people have had. I'll be like, okay, well, have you actually had pineapple on pizza before? If you actually had pineapple on pizza before, then by all means, then you can get out your torch and pitchforks all you want. But even then, no, I know it will send me to hell. See, this is exactly what I mean. How would you know? And what if you, like, try pineapple on pizza and ends up being your favorite thing ever, Bobcat? What are you gonna do then? What are you gonna do if you end up actually liking it? Pizza burger exists? There's no way. There's no way. I'm Googling it right now. There's no way a pizza burger exists. I'm Googling it. Pizza burger. Oh my god, it exists. What is this? This feels like a crime. This feels like a crime against humanity. What? I'm confused. Chat, look at this. Here. I'll pull one up. Would you eat this? Would you eat a pizza burger? I found this one on Insta. This one was on Instagram. Yeah, I'll zoom in. Pizza burger. Been eating pineapple on pizza. Been eating pizza lately, and pineapple on pizza is actually pretty fire. Other pizzas get too greasy, and pineapple's good refresher on the tongue. Yeah, that's why I said the mix of savory and sweet. Like, I feel like that's why people would like it. If I were to guess, it's okay. Like, I'll eat pineapple on pizza if I have to. Like, I'm not that picky. I would slaughter that thing. I would eat anything. I have not had food all day. My goodness. You hell no? Yeah, look at this. This exists. Look, I'm sure that whatever this thing is, will be better than whatever I am going to be baking next week with my freaking easy bake oven. Do you guys even know about that? How many people here are in my Discord server? Here, I'll show. I may or may not have, got an easy bake oven. Let me see, here. Let me pull it up. Bah. There it is. Okay. Alright, here it is. Oh my god, why is it bigger than the sun? Fit the screen. There you go. I may or may not have gotten an easy bake oven. Be careful, easy bake ovens can be evil. Yeah. Well, let's be real. I feel like since I'm baking stuff, right, at the comfort of my desk, that this is probably gonna be one of the most chaotic streams that I have ever done in a really long time. So, we're gonna experience all that next week, and we're gonna have a lot of fun with that, so... It'll be fine. Easy bake ovens will be fine. Either way, pineapple on pizza. And we learned that pizza burgers exist. The more you know. Okay. Console or PC? I have to go with PC. I feel like I don't even want to touch the console wars. Are people still asking about Xbox versus freaking PlayStation? Are people still saying that? I feel like PC is the ultimate victor, especially since Steam exists. So I feel like lots of people don't really talk about like the console wars anymore. And I'm saying this as a person that does like consoles. Keep in mind, when I play games, I play with an Xbox controller. I still, like, that's because that's just, like, hardwired into the ARIA Altair biology. Because I'm very much still used to doing stuff with the Xbox controller. But, with that said, PC, with the whole thing with, like, Steam existing, right? Steam has pretty much any game you could really ever ask for. Unless you're upsetty spaghetti about, like, console exclusives. The only thing I can think of is really, like, Bloodborne, which is, like, a PlayStation exclusive. I don't think and even then, I think people are trying to figure out how to make it a PC thing. Like, how are we gonna make that on PC? I do know it exists. Or at least people are thinking about it, you know what I mean? Especially since Bloodborne is such a popular game. People play it on PC? Am I thinking of, what game am I thinking of then? That is a PlayStation exclusive, but people are, like, pretty much trying to figure out. It can be emulated, yeah. Like, that's another great thing to bring up. Emulations. Games can be emulated. We already know that Pokemon games can all be emulated, and with Pokemon especially, like for example, all the older games or all the older like stuff is getting like removed or like discontinued. Like anyone remember the Dream Radar stuff from Pokemon Black and White? I know you don't. I know I didn't until relatively recently when I was doing my research for my Pokemon Nuzlocke. But even then, like, even other stuff is getting, like, even with Pokemon, I'm pretty sure they're getting rid of Pokebank. Aren't they getting rid of the Pokebank? If I'm not mistaken, hold up, Google. Pokebank shuts down. Yeah. So relatively recently, okay, not relatively recently, but Pokemon Company just announced that Pokemon Bank will shut down has shut down in February, which means you're gonna have to transfer everything to Pokemon Home. But yeah, even then, as I mentioned before, lots of stuff, even the old Pokemon games are getting like gone or discontinued and stuff like that. And it's getting pretty much impossible to play like old DS games and stuff like that unless you have like an old school DS and you're able to find a DS cartridge that is not $1 bajillion and upselled. Know what I mean? So yeah, I would say PC. Yeah, the bank is getting shut down and just Home remains. Thank you for the update. But yeah, pretty much. Who plays DS? I used to play DS a lot. I used to play DS very frequently when I was very young. Do you squint your eyes when you're typing? Yeah, it's like a habit, admittedly. I feel like, I don't know if it's like I wear glasses, I'll tell you guys that. I wear glasses. I'm actually planning on getting LASIK soon, but I still squint my eyes, so... Emulators work pretty well on PC, and Internet Archive is federally protected and is an option for ROMs. Yeah, exactly. Like, I mean, that's why ROM hacks are getting super popular. Like, Mario Kaizo. Like, how many people here like watching Mario Kaizo? Like, that's one. I know that there's, like, games or, like, ROMs that basically make Pokemon harder. I know Pokemon Blaze Black is a thing, where it basically takes the game and make it way harder, and adds a bunch of, like, improvements and stuff like that. Point I'm trying to make here is PC is pretty much taking over like all of like the console stuff. Like you don't have to worry about all of that crazy stuff anymore. I only use PC and I still have a ton of PS4 discs and a PS4. Like I used to have my DS somewhere. I used to have my DS. I have no idea where it is now. Don't ask me. I think it's lost into history. I think Thanos snapped it and then it dissolved into atoms, so now it's gone forever. But either way, PC is the obvious answer here, in my opinion. Next. Cats or dogs? So in my life, I had more dogs than cats, admittedly. Keep in mind, as of right now, I have a cat. His name is Mojo, if anyone is curious. He is white and orange and super fluffy. And I love my little Mojo. But I have to admit, I think dogs are better. I think dogs are way more playful, at least in my experience, usually speaking. And I have lots of dogs in my life. I would say when I was super young, my first dog ever was a Chow Chow, and appropriately named Chow Chow. Later on, I eventually got a, let's see, I'm trying to remember like the history of dogs that I had. Later on, we got like a beagle, and I love that beagle. That beagle is cute as hell. For the record, if anyone here ever has a beagle, just know that beagles are super freaking loud. But either way, after that, I believe I also had a Akita, and he was a 200-pound big boy, super protective. Love that Akita. And let's see, I think that's all. I think I also technically had a Doberman for a very short time. Either way, point is, I had a wide variety of dogs, like, in terms of size, right? I had tiny, smaller dogs, and then I also had bigger dogs as well. So I would say, like, I had more experience with dogs. But I think cats are super cute. I think cats are really cute. So this is really hard. If I had to go based off of, like, if I'm gonna play with them, or if I'm gonna take them out on walkies and stuff like that, I would say dogs would be the answer here. And cats I would say, if I would pick cats if I was just saying more in terms of, like, cuteness. Because I think cats are cuter. What do you mean by technically? So, again, I traveled a lot growing up. I was when I was, during, like, this short span of time whenever I traveled all over the place, I also had, like, very, like, intermittent, spans of time whenever I would have, like, again, I think I had that Doberman for only a couple months. Because originally it was from a family, before, like, another family member asked, like, pretty much begged to have the Doberman, and we were like, okay, sure, why not? And, again, like, this was, at the time whenever I was traveling around very frequently, so... Next, if I could spell... Coffee or tea? Let's see. I can't really pick coffee or tea. I love both. I like both equally. I would say tea in this scenario, just because there's so many different flavors of tea. VR or PC? I would say PC, because I only had VR I only tried VR only a couple times, and whenever I tried VR for the very short spans of time that I did, I got motion sickness, so I would say PC. Tea, but gotta be caffeine free. Caffeine is lethal for me. Wow. Yeah, but good news for you. There's plenty of tea that is very much caffeine free, and I love tea. I mean, there's so many different flavors of tea that you can definitely experiment and have fun with it. So I would say tea, just because tea is more versatile. Let's see, morning or night? I admit I am a bit of a night person, so I'm a bit of a night owl. So I would definitely go with night here, just because I much prefer be in the dark, all spooky. Here, I'll make it nighttime right now, for the sake of the argument. But yeah, like, I would say, like, in terms of, I get so, like, sunburnt so frequently, like, even in the day, like, normally, that I would say that even being, like, sometimes even if I'm out in the sun for too long, I do get a little sunburnt, like, on the shoulders or something, on my forehead. It's, like, so annoying. So I would have to go with night here. Night is way more cooler. Night for sure. I for sure live much like a vampire does. Light sensitivity, preferably darkness up late, the whole shebang. Yeah, like I very much am. I do have a. I don't know if this is like a weird, like maybe like a mental thing, but I do have like headaches that are very much like a light sensitivity thing. I don't know if it's like it happens somewhat frequently. So I don't know. I don't know if that's just because I stare at a computer very frequently or what, but I don't know. I'm not a doctor. I wouldn't know. Either way, night hits different, and I like taking like walks outside as well. And I would say night walks are very fun, as long as you're being safe, obviously. Sweet or salty? I have to go with sweet. I absolutely love desserts and stuff like that. I'm very much a dessert type of person, where I very much enjoy, like, I mean, you guys know this, I love all sorts of sweets and pastries and stuff like that, and I would say I prefer sweet. Sweet is more my bag. Books or movies? I'm gonna be transparent. I do not have a lot of time for books. All of the books that I've had recently are, like, usually stuff like textbooks and stuff like that for, like, my college and stuff like that. Like, I do not have a lot of times for books. If I had more time for books, then I would choose books. But I have more time enough for, like, movies and stuff like that. Movies, I read very little these days. Yeah. Like, I used to be a very avid reader. Like, I don't know how many people in here are American, but if anyone had American school, like Scholastic or whatever, or you have to like read however many books per month and stuff like that, like, yeah, I was okay with that. I was okay with doing like reading books and then doing a little test and then doing that little point system. I was okay with that. Book fair, yeah. Oh my God, book fairs were so expensive at the time. Jesus Christ. I feel like those schools upcharged, like, all those books. So, I remember getting, like, the Does anyone here, like, again, if anyone here is, like, a Pokemon person, if anyone has, like, the Pokemon handbooks, I would always buy, like, the Pokemon handbook whenever a new game would come out, so that would be the most updated book. And that book would always be, like over $25. It was insane. But, yeah. Schools ruin books for me, yeah. I feel like schools definitely teach you a certain way for reading books. I feel like I admittedly, like, whenever you would have to be, like taught, like, oh, this is how you, whenever you read, like, a chapter and stuff, and then, like, the English teacher would look at you and be like, okay, now tell me what's the theme of this, and ask, what's the theme, and, like, asking you a whole bunch of questions. Definitely annoying, I would say, like, I remember reading, like, How to Kill a Mockingbird and all, like, those stories and stuff like that. And I remember, like, a lot of people were just kind of, like, sitting, bashing their head against the wall just because they just want to read the dang book instead of, like, asking 20 billion different questions about it, you know what I mean? Yep, but worth it, yeah. I feel like, admittedly, at the time, like, as much as at the time I was just kind of, like, sitting there, like, can we just read the darn book already? I feel like it helped me, admittedly, like, look at and know how to analyze certain media in a sense. I feel like that was the whole goal with, like, teaching you how about, like, oh, read this chapter and now analyze, like, that chapter. You know what I mean? I feel like that was the whole point. But I don't know. I feel like I analyze, like, media differently because of it. Because whenever I do, like, watch movies and stuff like that, like, I remember watching Obsession, and I was, like, thinking back, and I was like, okay, well, I think, what's, like, the whole, like, theme of the story and stuff like that, and I still think, like that, and I would still watch, like, commentary videos on YouTube of people going over, like, the movie and noticing all of, like, the themings and, like, stuff like that of different movies and shows and films. A good example of this, I'm pretty sure it was called The Menu. At the very end, lots of people were very, spoilers, by the way, for the movie, by the way. Anyway, the main character, right, she asks for, like, a burger or something, and keep in mind the villain of the movie is, like, this chef guy that admittedly got very cynical during, like, over his life. Just because whenever he was a chef, he obviously had to make very extravagant, very fancy meals and stuff like that. Not because he liked them per se, but because they were quote-unquote fancy, and that was the stuff he had to make. So, even then in that, like, I would watch, like, people, like, analyze, like, different scenes in movies and stuff like that. But I think, like, stuff like that is definitely very interesting and very cool. Mm-hmm. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Ba-dum-bum. There you go. Sci-fi or fantasy? Ooh. This might be surprising for some of you, but I think fantasy is a little bit better than sci-fi. Keep in mind I watched a lot of sci-fi films, and I think fantasy gives you a lot more wiggle room of stuff you can do. It just simply put. Don't get me wrong, I like sci-fi, but I do think that a lot of fantasy stuff has a lot more room for exploring and stuff like that. I think that there's so many different, maybe this is because I've been playing a lot of D&D recently, but either way, I would say I would have to go with fantasy. Maybe that's an unpopular opinion, but I think fantasy is cooler. And I'm saying this as a person that really does like sci-fi, so. Oh god, Mayhem is trying to cause some mayhem. Peter Pringle, the prickly pear picker, picked 3 perfectly prickly pears. Anyway, hello. There's my attempt to say that. Hi, Mayhem, so good to see you. I like fantasy too, because when I just watch sci-fi, I can only think about how unrealistic it is. Exactly, Celestial, exactly. And I'm saying this is a person that likes sci-fi, that does like science and everything like that. And I do absolutely love, like, space and stuff like that. I'm literally an aerospace girly at heart. So, I do think fantasy gives you more room for exploring and stuff like that. Sub or dubs? This is in terms of anime. I have to say I do subtitles. I have to go with subtitles. Every time I would say the only exception to this is whenever I watch the dub of panty and stocking, if anyone here has ever heard of that. The style and stuff like that for the show is very much very American inspired, like inspired by like American cartoons and stuff like that. So I would say the dub of freaking panty and stocking is the only exception, but I would say always do subtitles. So. Controller or keyboard? I mentioned this before. Keyboard. I mean, I don't. Whenever I do keyboard, I am not used to like typing and stuff. Maybe that typing class I took back in middle school was terrible. But either way, I'm still very much used to Xbox controller, so I have to go with that because I think Xbox controllers are very much more, I guess, useful. Controller for comfort, keyboard for locking in. Yes. Actually, Mayhem, you nailed this one right on the money. Exactly that. I would say that. Xbox 360 controller is goated. Yeah. Like, I'm very much so used to Xbox 360 controllers just because that's what I grew up with and that's what I'm used to. So I still absolutely will grit out my controller if I'm playing a game and if it is controller compatible. Like, I'm salty. I cannot figure out how to get my Minecraft to work with my controller. I'm sure I know I figured that out in the past, but I don't know. Either way, very annoying. If you're a real gamer, you only use controllers even for documents. Oh my god, imagine me signing ARIA ALTAIR with a freaking joystick. Either way, I have to go with controllers on this one, just because with controller, like that's what I'm used to. I cry with controller is pain. Well, that's what I did in my childhood. That's what I used to do. But the problem is, like, if I'm on PC right now, right? Obviously. And there is, like, no way to put, like, the Xbox controller to configure with your, like, Minecraft. It's, like, pretty much impossible. I think, actually, it's not really impossible. I think the only way I figured out how to do it, other than, like, mods, obviously, is by, I think it's, like, literally starting your Minecraft through Steam. Like, you add, like, within Steam, you add Minecraft into Steam, and then you play Minecraft through Steam. I think that's one way that I did it in the past, but I don't remember if that works nowadays. It's still dumb. It's still a dumb thing that it doesn't work, so... I played Pocket Edition as a kid, and a phone screen is still better for Minecraft. Oh my goodness, yeah. I'm a controller person. I will die on this hill. Bap. Big picture mode of Steam? I think so. I don't remember. It's been too long. I just remember that the last time that I got to work was with that. That seems complicated? Yeah. It was very much a complicated workaround and a dumb workaround. I think that way is kind of stupid. And again, the only other way I could think of that would actually work is with mods. But I shouldn't have to mod Minecraft just to use a freaking Xbox controller. You know what I mean? Ugh. Ooh, okay. Now we're at another good section here. Future plans. All of this could obviously just be like other stuff with just like my career as a VTuber and stuff like that. And a bunch of like other like random questions asking about like other stuff. So this will be a fun section. Hopefully I don't reveal too much now, hopefully. Hopefully I don't spoil anybody. What's next for the channel? Posting more content, honestly. Over on YouTube, I really want to post more long-form videos, and I think my current goal is to post 2 long-form videos per month, so that way I can at least establish some consistency there. So I would say that's my big game plan, at least as far as like YouTube stuff is concerned. I don't know if I want to experiment with this, but I think that there are not that many VTubers that do Pokemon Nuzlocks or challenges like that. I really want to embrace that. I want to start doing more stuff like that. I want to do other stuff that's outside of the box and go outside of my shell a little bit. And I haven't really found many other VTubers that really do that. I think there's only like maybe a couple, maybe like 2. I can only think of 2 at the top of my head. But even then, like in terms of like stuff for the future, like I told you guys, I'm trying to do song covers. Song covers are doing stuff as well. But either way, lots of good stuff. Either way, I want to definitely branch out and experiment. That's like the whole point. What about Instagram? I have Instagram, and my whole thing with like Instagram and TikTok and YouTube is shorts get posted on all three platforms regardless. So there's not a lot of distinction for YouTube. For example, there's not a lot of distinction between Twitch content versus TikTok, or TikTok content versus Instagram content. You know what I mean? There's not really any distinction. You'll find the exact same shorts on both platforms. So it's very much like another weird scenario of other stuff I want to kind of experiment and kind of like do some workarounds. You know what I mean? There's a lot of stuff I want to do. It's just, it's going to take time to obviously cook. And, I mean, I've said this before. But we'll see. Ooh, songs. I bet you're a beautiful singer. Thank you, Celestial. I'm definitely trying. A lot of the music production stuff is definitely outside of my knowledge, but it definitely depends. Do you want a cheap editor for your man for long form? I need work anyway. Really, I already have a whole bunch of, like, I already have, like, a small team of people for all of my, like, content already. So, either way, I already have a whole bunch of people, even with I have like long form people, I have short form people. I already have like all of that covered. I just need to try my best to manage all of those people, you know what I mean? I do have a manager that helps me manage posting like stuff on all my platforms and posting on YouTube and stuff like that. Help me out with SEO and stuff like that. It's definitely helpful. Either way, I'm very excited for all the good stuff in the future. How to be so organized? Honestly, just be a good note taker. I feel like I'm very much a note taker in terms of like anything, and I'm very analytical when it comes to whenever I discover new things. For example, a great example, take inspiration from people that you enjoy. If anyone here has heard of Cottontail, I'm gonna be kind of surprised if you haven't. Either way, she recently did a gluttony debut, and honestly, I think that debut stream is one of the best debuts that I have ever seen, because I took notes. Cottontail VA? Yeah, exactly. Cause Cotton, not only during the stream, she dropped like music covers and song covers in the beginning. She did a lot of interactability with chat and just yapping with them. She did a segment during the debut stream that actually related to like her model and everything. I think she did like a tier list of fast food stuff, and keep in mind like the gluttony debut, that's like the whole point. Like it was very much like everything was on theme and everything was like, oh, she really did a lot of really good planning for that, and I'm very impressed. And you can always take a look at inspiration and look for things that you enjoy and to get other ideas and stuff like that. But as far as like what I do, like again, I take inspiration from multiple sources. There's no wonder where you can find like all sorts of cool people that are doing cool things. So definitely be open-minded of looking for cool stuff. Either way, lots of good stuff coming soon, at some point. As long as I figure out logistics and stuff like that, obviously. What project are you most excited about? Ooh. I would have to say what's coming at the end of this month. Because something really exciting is coming at the end of this month, I'm just saying. I've been working on it with a whole bunch of other people for so long that I'm so glad that it's finally coming out. Again, it's coming out near the end of the month, so I would say that is the project that I'm most excited for. It's going to be so freaking cool. You guys are going to freak out. But again, I can't reveal too much, but you guys will see. Thanks for the hydrate, Jacob. Let me get some water. Awesome, thank you. Making sure I am hydrated. Any dream collaborations? Ooh. I actually really like collabing with people. I'm not scared of collabing with people. I'm not scared of reaching out to people either. I feel like a lot of VTubers are either very nervous to collab with people or are admittedly don't know how to do planning. I feel like they do a lot of improper planning and don't really know how to do a good collab, quote unquote. Keep in mind, I'll collab with pretty much anybody as long as they are, I don't know. I obviously, do a lot of vetting and making sure that they're cool and stuff like that, but otherwise, that's all I really do. Either way. Yeah, somehow they want to know people for years before they feel comfy. Yeah. I admit that I can yap to pretty much anybody. I feel like the term that is most appropriate for me is a social chameleon, which means that depending on the person who I'm talking to, I can pretty much yap to anybody as long as I know enough info about the person. But either way, I feel like that's both a blessing and a curse, because I feel like I know so many different topics and stuff like that I can pretty much yap about anything, as long as someone doesn't like let me yap for too long, right? I mean, this whole stream is just me yapping. Let's be fair. Either way, I would say dream collaborations. I mean, I would love to collab with Iron Mouse one day. I feel like that would be super cool. I already mentioned Cotton. Cotton is a huge inspiration for me. I absolutely really enjoyed Bao, but I don't think Bao is gonna be doing any more VTuber stuff at least lately. I'm not sure. Does anyone know what's happening with Bao? I'm not sure. Either way, but there's so many like really high, like I guess like people, high level people that I'm nowhere near their level yet, unfortunately. I'll get there one day, hopefully. I absolutely love what I'm doing, and I'm definitely appreciating the journey more so than the destination. So as long as I'm having fun and I'm with people that I'm having fun with and I enjoy, then I don't mind at all. As long as I'm having fun. What's your dream milestone? I mean, I guess I think as of right now, I think my big milestone as of right now is to get either Twitch or a YouTube partner. Or, I guess in this scenario. I would love to eventually partner push at one point, and maybe we can all do something really cool where we do, like, if anyone helps out during the partner push, like, I can give out, like, signed posters or something. But I would love to get partner on Twitch someday. Same thing for YouTube, but if anyone here has paid attention to Twitter at all, they know that YouTube, like, partner program is getting way harder. It's gonna be, like, really hard for me to really get YouTube partner anytime soon. So, so I guess the current one is to get partner on Twitch. What's a partner push? So partner pushing, if you are not if you don't know how like Twitch works, in order for you to be like a you know how how do I explain this? You know how people become like verified on Twitch and stuff like that, and become like a verified person on like that's a Twitch partner. A partner push is basically, in order for you to even get partner, like even to like apply for partner, keep in mind it's an application process, you have to get 7 streams like that are over 75 average viewers. Like that is a partner. That's how what you have to do. And in order, a partner push is basically just either it could be like, how do I best explain it? How do I explain it? I think you need at least 150 to 300 average viewers so the community is big enough to find subs. It's something like that. But I do know that how, like, partner pushing in general, it's basically just like a community-driven event where a streamer actively asks their audience to hit the official 75 CCV average concurrent viewer requirement needed to apply for the freaking program. Because, again, in order to cross the freaking threshold, you need to have 75 average concurrent viewers. And it's very annoying. And gift subs don't count. Yeah, it's viewers only. It's 75 concurrent viewers. I can't say that word. That's a hard word. Either way, good news is raids officially count towards the partner viewership metric, so it does help. But it's very much like a whole process, like event, basically saying, hey, everybody, raid my channel because I'm trying to get 75 average viewers for 6 times for the week to help me get a Twitch partner. You know what I mean? Like, that's the whole point of a partner push. Okay, thank you. I literally know nothing about Twitch. I'm just here to watch your stuff. Oh, you're so sweet. Thank you. But yeah, that's like the basic understanding of how that works. But look, one day we'll make it past the threshold, and we'll absolutely partner push. And well, I'll make sure to absolutely make it a huge event, and we will all have a whole bunch of fun with that. Will you make more merch? Coming soon, coming soon, coming soon. Coming soon. I cannot say too much about it. Coming soon. Do you want to attend conventions? Ooh. That's a hard question because the answer is yes. But the problem is I still very much value my anonymity. And as much as I know a lot of people still do, like, for example, they still go attend conventions as long as they're wearing, like, a mask and, like, shaded glasses and stuff like that. I would probably do that route. Like, I would love to attend conventions at some point if I'm, like, invited to attend and do stuff like that. Because I would absolutely love to do that. I would love to meet you guys in person and stuff like that. That would be super cool. It's just, I still would absolutely do the whole, like, mask situation and stuff like that. What are conventions like? I've never been. So, a good example of a recent one was Offkai. Offkai is literally like a VTuber convention where a whole bunch of VTubers are able to, you know, like you could go meet your favorite streamer and stuff like that. I know there's like artist alleys and stuff like that. If you've never been to a convention before, super fun. But there are plenty of really cool events like that with conventions that you can do. Again, biggest one that comes to mind is Offkai. I'm pretty sure, is it Anime NYC that I'm thinking of? That also has I think that's going on right now. But either way, that's another example. But I would love to attend conventions someday. That would be super cool. I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon, mind you. I feel like I'm definitely not there yet, but someday. Hi, Black Belt Shane on YouTube. Good to see you. Hope your day's going well. Yeah, I'm doing pretty good. I'm just doing some Q&A. Maybe you can search for Offkai Convention Recap or Video Diary on YouTube. Yeah. I know a lot of VTubers have done vlogs of Offkai and stuff like that. So you can definitely check out a couple vlogs and stuff like that. I know Silver Veil has made a couple, so you can definitely check out hers, because hers are very well edited and have a lot of really cool stuff over there. So you can get a vibe. But again, like, it could be, there's two routes that it could be, right? It could be virtual, which means, like, I'm on, like, a TV, and then I meet you that way. And I have, like, a camera on my side, so that way I can see your faces and everything. So there's, like, a virtual way. And then there's the, like, in-person way, where the streamer actually shows up, like, into the convention as well. So there's there's two ways that I can go about it. I don't know yet. I would love to be there in person, though. I feel like I would want that actual person, like, connection. I'm very much a person that actually likes to, do conversations with people, obviously. And I feel like maybe that's the personable element in me that is just saying I would rather be there in person, if possible. But then again, keep in mind I'm also balancing college and full-time work at the same time with everything else. So, someday though, I would love to. Where do you hope to be in 5 years? Still here, I hope. I hope to still be here. I feel like a lot of VTubers are, like, I feel like the whole VTuber boom was in 2020, that's when COVID hit, and I feel like whenever people started knowing that VTubers were a thing. I admit I'm kind of late in the game. I became a VTuber in December 7th of, again, December. So it hasn't even been like a full year yet. So I'm very much still new to the party. And from everything that I'm looking at, VTubing is still becoming, like, very much widespread. It's definitely becoming more mainstream. I feel like lots of VTubers I feel like the biggest hurdle with new VTubers nowadays is actually, you know, sticking with your schedule and actually doing your content and stuff like that. Because I feel like a lot of people have, like, their favorite streamers and then they are gone within, like, a month or 6 months even. And, well, I hope to still be here. I hope to still be doing content and we'll still be doing stuff. What? Damn, we are gonna be getting old. Yeah. Well, the thing is, there's lots of VTubers that are still around that are still, like, again, very, very old. Again, Iron Mouse is an easy example. Iron Mouse is a very easy example, and she still has tons of viewers, and she's still going strong. I know, let's see, who else? Is Nanners still a thing? I know she was in VShojo but even after VShojo collapsed, I'm pretty sure she still does stuff. Either way, I don't know, there's plenty of, again, there's probably a whole bunch of VTubers on the Japanese side that I'm not thinking of, but there's definitely still a whole bunch of stuff. Driftcat's still around making new music. Yeah, I love listening to her stuff during the Dream SMP era. Sorry, I recommended some days ago. Yeah. As you can see, still a bunch of VTubers still kicking it. Still don't and it seems like they don't have any plans on quitting anytime soon. But we'll still definitely be doing stuff, you know what I mean? And I hope to still be here. And I hope that you guys will be here too. And I hope to do more really cool content in the future. Look, I have no idea where the future holds. I genuinely don't. I'm not a fortune teller or anything like that. But I will absolutely do a lot of cool stuff. And that's the one thing I can guarantee. Look, maybe one day my music song cover stuff goes really well and then I do 3D concerts. Maybe one day I do, like maybe my Pokemon Nuzlocke do really well and then that becomes like my sort of quote-unquote niche and I end up doing that. Who knows? There's what I do want to advocate is that I'm going to do everything. And I will absolutely do as many things as I can. Because at the end of the day, I'm doing this for fun. And I want to play more video games. That's literally the whole reason why I became a VTuber. So, as long as I'm having fun and as long as I am, you know, sticking to my schedule and everything, like, I'm still going to be here. And I hope you guys will be here too. What's one goal you haven't told anyone yet? Ooh. Well, I already just mentioned partner pushing, YouTube partner, stuff like that. I already mentioned a 3D model debut at some point, but I would love to do that. But that one would be forever from now. 3D debuts, I feel like, take so much money and resources. That would be insane for me to do, especially as an indie. Don't get me wrong, it's definitely possible, but like, the amount of setup and equipment that I would need to do like a 3D debut would be insane. But I would love to do that at some point in my future, hopefully. I would love to. But again, that would be in like years from now. If anyone is like doesn't really know how 3D like VTubers or anything like work, usually it's like a super freaking expensive camera or cameras if you want multiple cameras, or if you want, like, you know, the tracking of, like your whole body and stuff, usually it's, like, a whole suit that you have to wear. That also would be super hard. But even then, lots of resources and money is my point. But someday I would love to do something like that. That'd be so cool. What if you had a space projector with a character floating in it? I would buy that immediately. That would be so cool. I would love to do more, like, stuff like that. But there is going to be more great stuff that is coming as far as like merch is concerned. You'll just have to wait and see what I mean. Ooh, okay. This is a fun section. I think this one's really short as well. Behind the scenes. So this is just me talking about like anything that I have working on behind the scenes. Me and duh. Either way, I think you'll get used to this section whenever I just jump right in. So you'll see what I mean. How many ideas never make it to stream? A bunch. Do you know how many like games and like content I like kind of sift through before I officially decide it's that I'm streaming it? It's a lot. I very much have like a mental like content checklist of like, will this be an entertaining stream? You know what I mean? Or just talking to yourself? Spoiler alert, most streams are just me talking to myself. Unless I'm doing a collab, then I'm talking to my collab partners. Or you guys, obviously. But most of the time, I'm always talking to myself. But talking to yourself is also a big thing. Because, spoiler alert, being able to talk for multiple hours is exhausting. Like, I feel like not a lot of people are able to develop that skill. And unfortunately, you only learn to develop that skill over time. That's a muscle that you just kind of have to work at it and just kind of do over time. But yeah, like all of this, there's definitely a whole bunch of like processes that goes behind. Like for example, my summer debut. Like I had to get like custom backgrounds, like the model and the rigging and stuff like that. I got so many custom stuff just for the debut itself, and that's not even talking about all the other stuff. So. Viewers have something like a turnaround time / expiration date. Just because it's the topic right now, soon I might decide what quarter on the internet I set my spawn point home base focus. Do you have any advice to select your Kami Oshi? Honestly, pick your Oshi can change. Your Oshi can be fluid. Like it could be like at the time. Like spoiler alert. Whenever I got into VTubing, At the time, my number one was Cinder. She's still like a content creator that I really admire and stuff like that. But even then, she doesn't have to be like your main person. Like, you can watch many people. You can have like your select like group of favorites that you like watching. Because spoiler alert, not all streamers are going to be streaming 24/7. So you will have to find like another streamer to definitely call home if they're not streaming for the week or something. Because guess what? Life happens. But there's plenty of VTubers out there that are just waiting to be your Kami-Yoshi. And it can be, again, very fluid. Like, I stream at least 3 times a week. What are you gonna do for the other 4 days in the week? What are you gonna do? The short answer is watch all my shorts and watch all my videos and watch all my content. But if you don't want to do all of that, you can watch somebody else, you know what I mean? There's plenty of VTubers to go around, and there's a ton of VTubers. In fact, more VTubers are becoming more mainstream. You're gonna find a VTuber for everything at this point. I'm gonna be surprised if there's a VTuber that is secretly I don't know, maybe like a car VTuber, I don't know, maybe like a mech situation, I don't know, like a transformer. Either way, there's VTubers for everything. You could definitely have a lot of fun with finding your Kami-Yoshi. Or play on your server. Celestial actually brings up a good point. If their community is also very positive as well. Because usually speaking, the community reflects the VTuber as well. Because generally speaking, if your VTuber or the community is super kind and super, again, very kind, very positive, it usually means that the streamer is going to be really kind as well, hopefully. Usually speaking. So, there is an Isekai truck VTuber. I have a pretty good overview of other over the years. And a train VTuber. Oh my god, I need a train VTuber. Either way, there's definitely a whole bunch of VTubers for you to look for. And just because there's one VTuber, you can even have your number 1 VTuber, but it's okay having your number 2 or number 3. Like, there's a whole bunch of VTubers for everybody. How many stream assets have you made? It's not really I made them, it's more like VTuber assets that I've commissioned over the years would be a more accurate assessment. I have commissioned so many people. I have commissioned at least 200 people over on VGen alone. If anyone is not familiar, VGen is like a commissioning platform so you could support artists directly. And I have commissioned 200 stuff. 200! And again, this could be like streaming assets, this could be all the artwork, explains all the art. Yeah, look, I commissioned a lot of people. Keep in mind, I thankfully in the ability to commission all these people, which is great. But I also try my best to do other stuff too, right? Like, I try my best to obviously support as many artists as possible. Because, I mean, I understand. But before I decided to go the aerospace route, I was originally going to go into graphic design and animation for my career. Small problem, art school, for me, was going to cost $60,000 a year, even with the scholarship that I had. So it was impossible. And I understood that artists are really struggling, especially with this whole AI crap and stuff like that. So I definitely understand the importance of commissioning artists. And that's exactly why I commission so many artists. Either way, I would say 200 people like that I've commissioned alone would be a safe enough estimate. How messy is your workspace? So, I'm actually very tidy, believe it or not. I actually have, you guys have seen my desk before. I have my little, note taker of, if I want to, and sticky notes of if I want to take notes and stuff like that. I usually have a tea or coffee or water on my desk for whenever you guys redeem hydrate or something. And I usually try my best to keep things very tidy. Don't get me wrong, if I am locked in and in the grind for multiple hours, my desk will absolutely get messy from time to time, but I'm very tidy. I like to clean it and stuff like that. So how many browser tabs do you currently have open? So let's see here. I have I have a Google Doc of all the questions in advance, so that way I know what I'm like roughly getting myself into, of like what questions I'm getting. I have the stream and I have the stream over on Twitch and YouTube, and so there's both of those two. The Google Doc I just mentioned, and then I also have I also have the countdown timer. If you guys remember, I have the countdown timer over on my starting soon screen. I have to go on Stream Elements and play that every time. So I would say that's four tabs open as of right now. I have to admit I am terrible though. Outside of streaming, if I am like again locked in, I will absolutely be sitting there with 12 tabs open, and I will be absolutely locked in. So, ooh, thanks for the posture check. Thank you so much. Stretch. Appreciate it. Thank you. I think I got a crack out of my spine there. That worked. Let's go. Next. Oh god, I don't know how to spell. There we go, I know how to spell. What's your weirdest habit while streaming? I guess my vocal stems. I very frequently say ba-da-da-da-da. Very frequently in other like vocal stems. I think I also get very loud during streams, like unintentionally. That's not really a habit though, admittedly. Thankfully my neighbors never complained about me being loud at all, so thank God. But I would say that's the closest weirdest habit. What's your biggest content creator pet peeve? Ooh. I guess the only pet peeve I can really think of, clickbait thumbnails is a very annoying thing. I feel like whenever content is like mass produced or like obviously has like the AI voice over like a YouTube short or something, like that's my biggest pet peeve. Absolutely hate listening to those. A good example of this, whenever an AI voice is summarizing a movie while I'm literally watching the dang movie. So I would have to say like anything with like the AI generated voiceover. So I feel like content, in my opinion, like I would try my best to make sure that everything I produce is quality, you know what I mean? Because if I go, this is a video I'm not going to watch, then why would I bother producing it? You know what I mean? I try my best to always make sure to care about quality first and foremost. So I will never, I will never produce something halfway. I will always try my best to make sure things that people get are high quality stuff. Because I trust your time and I trust your patience and your faith in me as a content creator, you know what I mean? So I would say that's my biggest pet peeve. AI voices, it's so dumb. It's not that hard to voice act. Yeah, it's very annoying. What's one thing you secretly obsess over? Ooh. Again, I like taking inspiration from multiple people. I absolutely love watching VTubers in this space and seeing what they do. For example, whenever I was becoming a content creator, I can take inspiration from people for example, at the time, I did not know how to like say hi to raiders and stuff like that. I watch how other people say hi to raiders and stuff like that as an idea or an inspiration. So I secretly obsess over the small things, I guess. I'm very much all the small things mean bigger picture, you know what I mean? And I like to think I'm very intentional with whenever I say stuff. I like to think that whenever there's words behind, whenever I say there's meaning to my words, I guess, that I mean what I say, for lack of a better term. Either way, I try my best to always produce good quality stuff. And I'm always trying my best to be a better streamer. And I'm always trying my best to be better. For example, something that I'm actually doing, nobody ever uses the sound alerts, so I'm going to be switching to Tangela or whatever the heck it's called. So lots of stuff that I'm trying to do to be better. If there's something that I think that is not useful or is like not working, I try to think of other things that I can do to be better. But yeah, I would say that. Bum, 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 ba-dum, bum. Ooh. Congratulations, cadets. We're at the second to last section. After this section, it's just all of your guys' questions from here. Here we go. What's something you learned this year? Ooh, this is gonna be an unpopular one. Not everybody is going to like you. That is it. Not everybody is going to be very, have, the best intentions at heart. And not everybody is going to, unfortunately, be kind. And I think that sucks. But just because someone else is being an asshole doesn't mean that you ever have to be an asshole. You know what I mean? And I think it's very important to always be a good person and to always be kind. Even if that person's being an asshole. I very much am a believer of karma. I feel like whenever people put enough bad stuff in the world that eventually, well, I feel like bad stuff will come back to haunt you. I try my best to always be a good person. And even if someone is having a really bad day, I try my best to just be, positive, be a good person. Hashtag ask. Oh, it's exclamation point ask. Exclamation point ask and then your question. But yeah, if there's anything that I'm going to preach as a streamer, it is to always be a good person, even if you think the other person is being a dick. What's your biggest accomplishment? Being here, honestly. I think the fact that I am still, doing content and it's been almost a year, and I have stuck with my goal of doing 3 streams per week, at least, you know what I mean? I'm still here. I'm still doing content and I'm still here yapping with you guys. And I think that's really awesome that I'm still here. Because, again, I mentioned it before, not a lot of VTubers have gotten that far, unfortunately. I feel like a lot of VTubers, do their debut streams, they only show up for, a week, or, a month, or maybe 6 months, and then they're done. And I'm happy to still be here and still kicking it and still having fun streaming. And I'm still absolutely having a fantastic time with you guys, so I don't plan on stopping anytime soon. What motivates you? Honestly, just the people. I feel like I've met so many amazing people, and I absolutely love having fun. Even if it means meeting new people, or playing new games with them, or having a good relationship with my community and stuff like that. I think that's fun. I feel like not a lot of people are able to say the same, and I think that sucks. And I absolutely love having fun with you guys, genuinely. That's why I'm trying to do more community stuff. That's why we're going to be playing Minecraft here very soon. But either way, a lot of the stuff that I really want to do in the future, right? I obviously like having fun, and having fun is my motivation, so. What's something you're currently working on? Song covers. I'll continue. I'll make it quick. I'll make it quick since I'm gonna be a little late starting up Minecraft, so I'll do a little bit more. What's one thing you want people to remember about you? Honestly, I hope that I spread a lot of positivity. I really hope that I put a lot of positivity into the world, and I want people to remember that. I feel like that is very important to me. And I feel like my biggest thing as a content creator is always be kind. And I hope that everybody else will absolutely try their best to be the best person they can be. Hi, hope stream is going well. It is, welcome in. I'm answering a couple last minute questions before I jump in to play some Minecraft with my community. I will try my best to answer all of these super quick. If you could give your younger self one piece of advice, what would it be? Just do it! If you want to do something cool, just do it. Why not? Even if you think it's a terrible idea, because guess what? You will learn from it. Because even if you do something and you think it's a dumb idea, as long as you take that learn as a learning experience and you go on from there, I feel like that's very important. What does success mean to you? I'm having fun. I think I succeeded. As long as I'm having a good time and I am having fun, genuinely, that's all I really care about. And I'm having so much fun. I'm playing so many games that I never really played before. I'm meeting so many fantastic and wonderful people. And I'm having so much fun. And that's my opinion, that's success. And success can mean anything to many different people. To me, it's just having fun. What does happiness mean to you? Kind of a similar answer. Just have fun. What was something that you had to learn the hard way? Tech issues are gonna be with you no matter what you do. I feel like tech issues, there is no escape. You will absolutely try. Even if you try your best to fix tech issues, it's like a hydra. You fix one tech issue, another one spawns in. It's very much something you would never escape from. That's very wholesome. So many people are hyper competitive. I feel like it's much more I think it's much more I think it's more useful and for everybody to build up rather than to be competitive and push other people down, if that makes sense. I think it's way more fun to be uplifting and to help everybody rather than help nobody and nobody wins. You know what I mean? Because at that point, I feel like I just hate seeing hyper competitiveness in the VTubing industry. I feel like that sucks. I try my best to always be a positive person, no matter what. And I feel like lots of people, whenever they are hyper competitive, just inevitably springs up negativity, and that is just very much just not my bag. I do not like negative stuff. So, what is a lesson you wish you have learned sooner? Honestly, if I could have figured out all my mic issues whenever I was so young as a streamer, that would be awesome. I like to think I don't have as many mic issues, at least anymore. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not perfect in terms of like all of my setup and everything, but I hopefully want to be better in the future. But if I would have known how to set up like audio stuff or like anything like that whenever I was just becoming a streamer, this would have been so much easier. What has changed your perspective on life? Honestly, even at the face of adversity, it's very important to still have a positive outlook. Keep in mind, like even in life, right? I think it's going to be inevitable that you will face challenges. You will face really hard stuff in the future. Like even say it's like a really hard test that you have to pass, or it's say you're in a sports game and you have to beat this team or otherwise you feel like you're letting them down. It could be like a lot of different things. I feel like even at the face of adversity, as long as you be positive and even if you lose or even if you like suck at something, to take it in strides and to always try your best to learn. I feel like I'm very much it's all about the journey, not the destination type of person. It's always good to always try your best to take notes and always try to learn. Because guess what? Not everyone here is perfect. I'm not perfect, dear Lord. And I always try my best to be better. And I try my best to be a better streamer, a better like aerospace person. You know what I mean? I always try my best to be awesome. You know what I mean? Ba-da-ba. Bam. What is something you hope your future self is proud of? Honestly, I hope my future self is proud of the legacy. I really hope that the whole legacy of ARIA ALTAIR is definitely something I can look back on and be proud of. So. What does making it mean to you? Whenever I do all the things I want to do, and we're definitely not there yet. I have so many cool things I want to do. I already told you guys about wanting to do a 3D debut at some point in the very distant future. I would love to, but definitely can't do that now, but there's so many cool things I want to do. Like I obviously told you guys about song covers. You know how many songs I would love to do covers for? There's a lot. There's a whole list, believe me. But point is, there's so much cool stuff I would love to do, and it's gonna be awesome in the future. What do you want your legacy to be? Again, I'm very much a person where it's all about the journey rather than the destination. I have no idea what the legacy is going to be. I have no idea if I'm gonna go the whole like Nuzlocke route or if I'm gonna do the song cover route. I have no idea how everything is going to work. And in the end, as long as I'm having fun and it's something that I'm proud of, and as long as it's something that I can look back on and be like, yes, I did that. Like I did so much cool stuff. Like then I'll be satisfied with that. You know what I mean? What advice would you give to someone who feels behind on life? Ooh, that's a heavy question. I feel like the biggest thing that I have for you, if you do feel like you're behind on life, is to genuinely hear me out here. Try to make some friends. I feel like if you, lots of people would love to help you out and support you. There's lots of people out there that genuinely are just looking for someone just like you to be a friend. And anybody can be a friend, you know what I mean? Maybe that's admittedly immature thing to say, but there's so many people out there in the world that are looking for a person just like you with the same hobbies and goals and interests. And genuinely, if you make it, I'm a very goal-oriented person as well. Like, I also very much care about my goals and stuff like that. And so if there's other people that are willing to help you out and like be like cheerleaders and cheering you on from the sidelines and wanting to see you make those goals and ambitions just as much as you want to, it genuinely helps. It genuinely helps to be and find the people that you know and that you care about and find a community. And well, I hope the cadets can definitely be the little cheerleaders that you need if you ever are if this person is, or if the person that submitted this question is you. All right. Everything else from here is additional questions. I will try my best to answer everyone's question. Keep in mind, I will try my best to be quick with it because we are running a little behind. But I will try my best to answer all of these questions to the best of my ability and with the time that I am given. So let's jump right into it. I will definitely skip over questions or make questions. I'll try my best to go over... I'll try my best to at least answer questions in full. Hi, Chiphead. So good to see you. Do exclamation point ask, and then that question, and then it'll jump into this widget. Here we go. Ba. Do you play Magic the Gathering? I do not, but I do watch. I do have a bunch of friends that do play a lot of Magic the Gathering. I have a bunch of friends that do, and I don't know anything. I do love the card art. I think all of the artwork on the cards looks super cool. So. Hi, it's Black as Snow. Good to see you. Perfect timing. I'm answering some cadet questions real quick before we jump into Minecraft. Would you love us as we were worms? Yeah, sure. You guys would just be some, let's see. The cadets are yellow stars, right? So that means you guys are going to be some yellow worms. So, you guys will still be yellow. Although, it'll be close enough. What got you into playing Minecraft content? I saw that a lot of people really liked like Minecraft streams and stuff like that, and community streams. And I feel like the whole point with being a streamer is the interactability between the streamer and the viewer. So I was like, okay, what can I do to do more content where I'm playing with people, other people, and my viewers? And I eventually settled on playing Minecraft with everybody. And you guys can definitely blame Chiphead for they were just here for helping me out. I would definitely love to continue working with them in the future. Maybe I could do a Power World server or something. That would be so cool. I would love to do something like that. But everyone is absolutely having so much fun with all of like the Minecraft streams and stuff like that. So we're gonna defeat the Ender Dragon today. We'll do the Wither tomorrow, and we'll definitely go from there. Right on cue. Thank you so much for the follow, Chiphead and Official. Thank you so much. It's so good to work with you guys. Ba, 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 ba. Next. Let's see. Yes or no? ARIA outfit. Oh, hold up. Are you saying like do you want more outfits? The answer is, how many outfits can I request Yuzu to make for me before Yuzu pulls her hair out? That's the better question. That's the better question. But there's always going to be more outfits and stuff like that in the future, for as long as Yuzu and Yuna will let me. What's your favorite comfort food? Honestly, ramen. I'm very much a ramen girly. I love a good ramen that has been made properly. Ascended Storm, thank you so much for the follow. I'm answering a bunch of community questions. Would you ever try mentoring other VTubers like streamer you style? That would be super cool. I feel like as a streamer and as a content creator, I feel like I am definitely a little bit inexperienced. I've only been in the space for less than a year, so I feel like any other like VTubers that have been in this space for longer would probably be better suited for that. However, if anyone does ask any questions about VTubing and stuff like that, I do try my best to answer them. I do try my best to at least help other people and bring other people up. There's so many people, whenever they ask me, like, oh, how did you do, where did you get that overlay, or how do you manage your content? And I would try my best to answer as many questions as possible, but a lot of it is definitely just stuff that I have done over the months, you know what I mean? I wish there would be other VTubers that will do like a streamer you style thing. It probably exists, actually, now that I think about it. It's probably out there. Do you like onions? I like caramelized onions. Raw onions, no. Caramelized onions, yes. What is your favorite star? This one. So, if anyone is unfamiliar, Altair is the brightest star in the Aquila constellation. So that means I technically have to say that one, right? Though I also have to admit the North Star is the most, used star, I would say. Obviously, for navigation and stuff like that. So, obviously, if I didn't pick my literal, last name, obviously, then I would definitely pick the North Star just because of how much it's been used in navigation. Very useful. Pokemon or Power World? Have to say Pokemon because I never played Power World. Maybe I could play Power World with my community at some point. That would be super cool. Do you like Sailor Moon? I love Sailor Moon. I love Sailor Moon so much. It's been so long since I consumed any sort of Sailor Moon content, though. I need to go back into Sailor Moon. I need to go back into my childhood. Is there a game you are most looking forward to playing? I absolutely love playing horror games. I want to go back into my grind of doing at least one horror game per week. So I'm going to probably start that up again. Thankfully, Yuzu has given me a long list of different games that I'm going to have to play. So let's just say that more horror content is coming soon. So I'm very excited for all of those. What would the songs be about? Would there be music videos, or do you still work at your job? I'm assuming this in terms of like covers and stuff like that. So I would love to be specific. I would love to do like metal and rock covers of stuff. That's what I want my specificity to be. Yes, there will be music videos. I will absolutely go ham on production for stuff like that. And I will absolutely be commissioning more people and stuff like that for assets for music videos and stuff like that. That would be so cool. Would you still work at your job? Yeah. I mean, I do, keep in mind, I stream, and I do full-time college, and I do full-time work this entire time. So, I will still, if anything, I'll still be doing all of that and more, if anything. Huh? Yeah, I do full-time college, full-time work, and I stream. I do all of that and more, and full-time work. Can I have $20? How about if you give me 20 gift subbies, then I'll give you $20. How about that? we gotta make our goal today. Our goal today is to get 20 gifted subbies. That's a lot of money. What's your dream workplace? Ooh. Keep in mind, I do a lot of aerospace science stuff, and I'm very happy with my job. I think the only thing that I would love to do in the future would probably be overseeing a lot of these like really cool industry decisions that are being made about space. Like, for example, there's a lot of like new satellites that are obviously being a thing and stuff like that. Because I feel like if I was in like a higher position to do like actually oversee like where the space industry is going in general, I feel like that would give me a very interesting perspective on where the future holds. I'm very much a believer in anything like progressing stuff in space is progressing stuff in the future. Mm-hmm. Who got you into VTubing? I did tell you guys that the VTuber that inspired me to become a VTuber was Cinder. She was the very first VTuber that I admittedly like ever discovered. Like obviously before like Iron Mouse or anybody of like any of them. I don't know if anyone has got me into VTubing per se. Like if you're talking about anyone like close to me, it was very much a sporadic decision. I very much was like, yeah, I want to do this, and then I did it. But it's fun. I've been absolutely loving being a VTuber for so long. It's been so cool. When will we get a 3D ARIA? Whenever I have the money to support it. Keep in mind, 3D ARIA would be like, let's see, the model itself would be, well, like a whole bunch. And obviously, I told you guys about the cameras, and obviously all the setup. It would be so much. But someday, I would love to get a 3D ARIA at some point. That would be so cool. Have you watched Hail Mary? Yes, I have. I have watched Hail Mary. And if you have, was it all accurate? So, ooh, let's get some context. So Project Hail Mary, right? The original author of the book is very well known for trying to tie all of their stuff into at least real life. They tried their best. I would argue all the stuff in the books, way more, I would argue all of the stuff in the book was way more accurate than the film, just because in the film, they do not go in depth with how all of the science works. In the book, it does. In the book, it does go into the science of how all the stuff would work. Obviously, astrophage is not a real thing, but in the book, the author does explain, like, how astrophage would work in, like, a real-life setting. You know what I mean? So that would be the closest of, like, how, you know, like, how close to accuracy that you can get. You know what I mean? I would say I think Andy Weir has tried his best to mix, like, real-world physics and chemistry with an actual love of just, like, space and stuff like that. But either way, there's a lot of really good, space movies out there that I really enjoy, so. She's inspired by Cinder, nice. She's a lovely indie to be inspired by. She does a lot of really cool stuff. I'm very impressed with her. I haven't checked in with her content recently, so I don't know of any of her new stuff. I think the only time was whenever I gave her a raid, and she was very enthusiastic when I gave her a raid. I might do that again if she's doing any streams, but I'm very happy that she was very kind whenever I raided her, so. Do you like femboys? :3. Like Astolfo? Like Astolfo is a femboy. I feel like in my opinion, a character, as long as has a whole bunch of depth and stuff like that, then yes, I will. As long as they have more depth than just their femboyness, then yeah, I would like their character. Like, you cannot present me with that question with that is like, okay. Like, if your character is, hey, this is XYZ character and they're a femboy, I'd be like, okay, well, tell me more. Are they, like, what do they like to do for fun? Are they, like, what job do they do? You know, stuff like that. And, like, I would want to know more. I would like the femboy as long as they had, like, other stuff. You know what I mean? Their whole personality can't just be femboy. Do you like astrology or just astronomy? So I know nothing when it comes to astrology. I know a ton about astronomy. So I have a lot of my background is, again, within aerospace. So I know a lot more about the aerospace industry and stuff like that. I know a lot about satellites. I know a lot about the, like, how, like, space history. I know a lot about stuff like that as well. And I know a lot about how space in general, like, how space works. A lot of stuff like that. So that's a lot of the stuff that I am very much familiar with. So I do not know anything about astrology, though. I know pretty much nothing. I think the only thing I do know is that I am a Libra. That is the only thing I know. I think that's my, like, that's the only thing I do know. What is your favorite planet or star type, and why? So my favorite planet is Saturn. I know Saturn is not the only one that has rings on it, but I think Saturn is super cool. And I'm very much a huge fan of Cassini-Hutchins, like that mission with obviously the Saturn mission. I absolutely love anything with Saturn. It's so cool. But yeah. What are you trying to major in, or what is your major? So my major specifically, before I forget, someone timestamp this. Timestamp this so that way Hero can see it later. Or someone clip this. Clip this for Hero. Either way, to answer your question, so my specific specificity, right? My major is aerospace science. And as far as like all of the stuff in detail, right? That is my bachelor's degree. Right as soon as I complete my bachelor's in aerospace science, in I think in like a month or two, honestly, I will probably jump right into getting my master's. A lot of my history and stuff like that is with again, I do not tell you guys what my actual job is because I don't want to dox myself. But the most I am willing to say is that I have a background in history with satellites and stuff like that. And I do know a bit of orbital mechanics and stuff like that. And that is the most that I am willing to yap about before I, reveal too much, you know what I mean? I don't want to dox myself. In the book All Tomorrow, there's a post-human species that all live in hollow-out asteroids. That's kind of cool. That sounds like a cool concept. And move around by farting. Do you think that's realistic? Get back to me on the math. I would have to do the math if your farting would be able to produce enough thrust for you to move around. The answer is probably not, because you're gonna need a lot of people in order to produce enough thrust to move. So I don't know if that's really realistic. How many humans are on per asteroid would be my question. Because on an asteroid, right, you need however many humans to do that. No, it wouldn't. Before some people come out of nowhere in your office. Yeah. Aria is actually Neil Armstrong. Well, I can't reveal too much now, can I? I would say you would need a whole bunch of people in order to produce enough thrust, so that way you can actually move around by farting. So. It doesn't project enough mass to move your own body more than a centimeter. Yeah. So. Yeah. Are you good at any sports? I kind of suck at sports, admittedly. I admit that in school, I was very much the academic studious type rather than the sporty girl. I was top 10 in my class and stuff like that because I'm, again, a huge nerd. I did not do any sort of sports or anything like that. I kind of regret it, though. I would love to get into a sports of some sort. Maybe tennis. Maybe, I would try pretty much anything at this point. I think I tried soccer at one point, and I found out that I sucked at that, so. I would love to learn how to skate properly, because I feel like ice skating would be really fun for me. I don't know what specificity of ice skating, by the way. I don't know if I would do, hockey, or if I would go into just, ice skating, or anything, crazy. But I would love to get into, tennis or something. I feel like that would be something I could totally see myself getting into. How do we make a spaceship? Let me get out the blueprints. I'll get out the blueprints. It's on my card. All you gotta do is what's that scene in the Lego movie whenever there's that spaceship guy, and then he literally just puts a bunch of Legos together to make a spaceship? It's like that. That's exactly how you make a spaceship. How much money did you make, though? And better, that's a good question. Technically, like whenever I get any sort of funding or anything like that, whether that's gifted subbies or anything like that, it goes straight into my streaming because I want this to be as self-made as possible. I want to try my best to, obviously be able to make this as self-made as possible. Then I could keep producing all the good stuff and all the good stuff for you guys. You know what I mean? So. Would you like to be a co-host for any sort of short podcast series? Eyes emoji. Yuzu! Literally just say the word girly and I'm there. I could absolutely do anything. I could do any sort of like little podcast. That would be so fun. I feel like depends on what kind of like podcast series you're looking for, Yuzu. Are you talking like whatever kind of series or whatever like kind of specificity? Like just let me know. Just say less. I could be your little yapper. I can do that. Will you ever play Metroid? That would be a fun. I should probably. I feel like I never played. Like I played Hollow Knight, right? So I need to play Metroid at some point. So maybe. It really depends. It would also have to go on my list of games that I have to play at some point. Did you or will you play any Warhammer 40k games or Warframe going forward? I would love to play Warframe on stream at some point. I would love to do that as a like baby plays Warframe for the first time. I feel like that could be a really fun stream. But you guys just have to let me know if that's something that you guys would be interested in. The answer is yes, though. I would love to play Warframe. Warhammer 40k, maybe. I would say Warframe would be much more likely. Do you work at NASA, or is that one of the things you don't want to share? So what my exact job is, I try my best to not tell anybody what that is. I do not work at NASA specifically. I will say that. I do not work at NASA. But my actual, what my actual job is going to remain a mystery. At least until I get out of that job and I do something differently. But, again, the most I am willing to say is that I do, I talk to satellites. That's the most I'm willing to say. Favorite Pokemon or Dream Team? My favorite Pokemon is Mewtwo, followed closely behind by Deoxys. So both of those are my two favorite Pokemon. Dream Team is definitely depends. So if we're talking Dream Team, I would make a Dream Team depending on per region. For example, whenever I'm talking about like a Pokemon Nuzlocke, right? I feel like my Dream Team for like a normal playthrough would be different than during a Nuzlocke, you know what I mean? But I feel like Dream Team would be a really long question depending on what like region you're asking for. But either way, I would say those are my two favorite Pokemon, so that hopefully answers your question. Either way, that's all of the questions, cadets. I have answered over 200 questions. That is so many. You guys like me yapping, don't you? You guys really love to hear me yap. Oh my goodness. Well, thank you all so much for giving me all these questions. I really enjoyed answering all of them. Thank you. Hi, Short. Thank you so much for the follow. So good to see you. I just finished my Q&A session, so perfect timing. Whoa, 200 questions? That's like 100 twice. Yeah. I had to literally split this up into 2 separate streams in order for me to get through all of them. I am going to take a 20-minute break, and then we're gonna do some Minecraft. Because I do need at least a little break for my voice, and then we can jump right in. If anything, I'm probably just gonna keep stream running. I might just do I think I do have a BRB screen that I rarely use, so I might just do that. Actually, you know what? No, I might not use it. I might just stay here. If anything, I have a better idea. I might have to make it very scuffed. Hold up, I got an idea. Let's see here. I got an idea. That's probably not gonna work. There. Let's see here. Ta-da! I now have my countdown. Let's see here. I'm gonna set up my countdown so that way it is. I come back in like 20 minutes, and then I will be back, and then we can keep this train going, and we'll jump right in with Minecraft, and we can just go have fun with that. Let me see here. Stream elements. We're gonna do a long stream today. Oh my goodness. Oh my god, pin that, Cloudy. Thank you. Let's see here. Yeah, I think I only need like 20 minutes. Or if anything, I think I just need 15. I take a 15-minute break just so that way I can get some more tea. Maybe I can get some water as well. And then I can go from there. I think that might be the next game plan. Let me see here. Way ahead of you, boss. Sounds good to me, Cloudy. Let me see here. Timer, can you work pretty please? Timer don't wanna work. Cool, don't die at the beginning. I'll try not to. No promises though, I will try my best. Let me see here, can I reset the timer? Bro, my timer isn't resetting, what the fuck? I think I got it. There we go, I got it, I fixed it. It was breaking for some reason, I think I fixed it. Either way, let's see. I'm gonna zoom in. You guys are gonna be the mighty watchful eye, and you guys are gonna watch my cadet for me, okay? You guys gotta keep a very close attention just for him. Either way, I will be back in 15 minutes from now, as soon as this timer goes off, and then we'll go from there. I will see you all real soon. Let me go get some water, and I will tell you what, I'll play some music for you guys. Let me see if I have some spacey music. There we go. I'll give you guys some music so you guys can enjoy some music. There we go. Okay, and now you guys have some space music. I'll be back in 15 minutes. You guys better behave, okay? I'll be right back. I'm back. Sorry, I'm here a little earlier. Chat, wake up. Good news and bad news. Good news is I'm here a little early. Bad news is I forgot that I have to kill the stream in order for it to switch to the YouTube one. By the way, Aria, switch to the YouTube stream. Yeah, that's the problem. I literally have to kill the current stream and start it back up in order for me to start the YouTube one. I literally have to kill the stream in order for me to start it back up. Either way, good news is it's very quick. So I literally have to kill stream for like 2 seconds or maybe 2 minutes, and then I'll be good to go. Let me kill stream for 2 minutes. Bye for like 2 seconds then? Yeah, I forgot about it. That's improper planning on my part. I forgot that on YouTube you can't like just switch streams or like switch recordings like mid-stream. It's just not a thing. So, I'm gonna kill stream for like a minute. Don't freak out, guys. I'm gonna kill stream for two minutes. Refresh the stream in 2 minutes, not even. And I'll be right back, and then we can play some Minecraft, okay? I'll be right back. Alright. Don't miss me. It's gonna be 2 minutes, I promise.